We rolling this shit up, boy.
You guys know what the song means already.
I don't know if I do this.
Shoot now! Shoot now, it's the title of the episode. Figure maggot.
I turned my microphone off to say it.
That's not a bad word. That's not.
Is it not?
Figure?
What did you just call me?
It's the guy who picks figs, right? And he nags a lot, so he's
no,
a
that's
figure
a-
nag.
That's a bigot.
It's a lot of work that goes into it. There's figure trainers out there that really do good work.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about when DVB says it.
Sounds too natural.
He's like, I've been practicing for this for fucking years.
Yeah.
One constant
Yeah.
away. No,
Yeah. Those figures sure can dunk. No.
figure that.
How do you figure that out? How do you figure that out? That's true. The word figure.
That's how the British say it.
Yeah,
You know,
fucking
put
get
those
together,
down to this
Charlie.
figure.
I think it's got Egyptian cursed.
I'm gonna go smoke a fag and then hit this figure real quick on the board. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. No, but what
so I
he's
was
saying-
going to participate in this podcast, but
Yeah.
No, but in Great Britain, that's totally acceptable.
Yeah, and that's how I said it.
Yeah. He's gonna smoke a fag, and then look and get his figures up.
And then to get his figures up.
Yeah. And then start nagging all the time.
you're going to nag a figure and then figure.
This episode is gonna
Nagger.
come up.
Oh, now you wanna
Yeah.
tread carefully, brother.
I
praying for
think this is going to be the. Wait, what was that?
You got sound effects?
Yeah. You know, wonder what Reeve hates. He hates dirty, disgusting.
Yeah, what? But I hate a dirty fucking.
So that was DBB. He says.
Hold
That
on, there's
was me
nothing like a dirty
farting.
fucking red band.
I just said 3 racial slurs back to back. I don't even know what the one is for Sri Lankans, but I just said it.
There's nothing I love more than having sex with a bitch.
He said during the beep.
Like, what was worse than bitch?
Yeah.
The N word.
Yeah. You know, I would really love to have a go all up and start inside of my asshole
That'd be so nice.
with a
16 fluid ounces.
We really
of
need a
fun.
format. Like, we need a format so bad.
Yeah, you're the host. Give us a topic.
the election.
Oh, I know.
No, that's like the worst topic anyone could ever talk about.
The election is technically going on right now.
Yeah, right now while we're doing
It's
this.
kind of funny that we're like rolling up weed and saying
Yeah.
figure nugget.
We're like, what
Yeah.
else could be happening? Oh, what, the election of the free world?
Yeah.
Who gives a flying?
What if every time we said it, Trump got an extra vote?
Figure nugget.
Election results so far.
All
137.
right, I think we need to restart this. I'm not comfortable with me saying.
Yeah, honestly, let's honestly restart it, and then let's pass the blunt around about 1 or 2 minutes.
That's killer. You're going on for 3 minutes about figure nugget, and now you guys want to bail.
Look, Charlie's gonna bleep all of his figure nuggets and then keep ours.
Yeah, and it's gonna be Bryson saying British cigarette, then figure.
Now, do you guys want to start over for real? I'll start over. Okay.
Let's pass the blunt around. And
Wait, should
right,
we?
all right.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty good.
I mean, I'm fine with keeping
I'm
it
talking
rolling.
about a real story in a movie. We need a good intro. Like, let's pass the blunt around and find a good topic to go into. Maybe it is the election, but like
I think
Yeah, I think this
last
is a
time
fine
we
topic.
wasted like an hour, Fombi, Charlie, and I just like talking bullshit, which no one is gonna get past the first 5 minutes of.
I don't know, dude. If it's funny,
Look,
because that's part of what like
This bullshit.
that's
is.
well no I was gonna say that's part of and look I'm sucking dick right here, but that's part of what Matt and Shane's secret podcast was like so good about and is still so good about is that it is exactly them
Yeah.
just fucking around with their
Yeah.
friends, exactly what they would do regardless of whether they're on a podcast that at the time when they started it, maybe I don't know how many people, 500, 1,000, 5,000, I don't know, maybe they were only expecting a very small amount of people at some point. I don't know whether they thought that hundreds of thousands of people were going to listen to Shane being a racist.
I saw a clip 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Their
I mean,
Patreon was $1 a person. They had 30 people for like 2 years, and they kept
Oh, what?
going.
Okay, yes.
And now they're making probably
Look,
100 grand.
all I
a
hope
month.
that you guys don't want to go to SNL. That's all I'm saying.
I actually don't really fuck with NS.
That's exactly why I would do it one day.
Yeah, you think about another word, so he's at the end first.
That's exactly why I'd want to do it one day, just because of how it's so shit. You could kind of like be like, okay, if I'm gonna go say whatever I want. If I get fired, whatever.
Well, I'm not just saying this because it's the cool thing to say now or whatever, but like I really never did get a ton into SNL. I saw some skits that were funny,
Like growing up,
but like sketches,
the more
were just
cowbell
never,
shit.
Sketches were never really my thing outside of
that.
maybe like Chappelle's show, and
That's
I think
what
that's
got me into
Yeah,
it.
the only good thing about SNL ever was Norm Macdonald.
Norm was fucking great. SNL was so fucking great. The logistics side of it is you have to move and live in New York City. So like when Shane Gillis is like, think about the apartments it just costs. Like that's where the getting canceled thing mattered to them, because it's like, okay, you're not a writer on SNL anymore or a performer. Now all of a sudden you got to pay $3,500 for your monthly rent because you just got fired.
I don't know if it happened that with Shane, because I mean he literally got fired less than 24 hours.
He was
after got
living in
hired.
New York before that too. I think. You don't just
he was
move.
already pretty successful.
And if anything, he
but
blew up more since.
But to move to a new city, like if one of us was to get hired on SNL and be a writer or even a performer,
oh yeah,
that would be a big commitment. Think about moving your whole life to a place like New York, getting rent, signing a lease.
I just start jacking
Those
off
are
in front of
big
women,
deals.
trying to channel in that Louis C.K. You know what I'm saying?
Literally. Let me show you some comedy tricks. This is called Abracadabra, my penis is out. It's called Put It in Your Mouth. It's a great comedy premise.
Man, I remember I saw like a clip of Jim Brewer talking about Norm Macdonald and how like they were doing like an interview with like out on the street with like Jim Brewer and Norm Macdonald, and they were asking him questions, and Jim Brewer felt like he was bombing the interview. And they go to Norm like, so Norm, you guys ever play any pranks on the fellow cast members? Yeah, like pranks? Yeah. We do a lot of anal raping. Yeah, we do.
Just like,
Yeah. And then Jim Brewer thought like Norm was gonna lose his job. This is the past time they were gonna see him. And then Norm was like, "No one watches that fucking shit."
y'all know The Lonely Island,
Yeah.
the first like YouTube award show. Norm Macdonald got invited to come like guest. Did you see those clips?
Dude, I saw the whole thing just because Norm was in it.
And I've seen those compilate. It goes like, "Welcome, Andy Samberg and those other guys."
Yeah.
It was so brutal. He didn't give a flying fuck.
Dude, that shit was.
He made it better
The only reason anyone's ever re-seen the YouTube award is because of Norm Macdonald.
because of Norm. They probably told him, "Hey, you can cuss. It's YouTube." So he's like, "Oh, I can cuss. I can be dirty."
Yeah.
All right.
that needs to be your next impression. That like the very first word you said
Yeah.
was Norm.
I love Norm.
Every word after that was not, but the very first word you said was Norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
gotta-
work on
Can
your
I bum
Norm
a fag?
impression.
Yeah, you can bum a Fagarino.
Yeah.
We gotta say it in a hey, he's a fag, right? Yeah? That's why we don't get
Oh,
canceled.
can I
We can
bum a
say it like
fag?
that.
A Nagarina.
A Nagarino. Pellegrino. Nigerian. I don't even know.
Nah, dude,
I
I
just
remember
threw that
I
Nigerian
was
into a
smoking
slur.
I was smoking a joint, and I decided to just rewatch the YouTube award show. As soon as like Norm's face popped up on the screen, I just started dying laughing. He looked so out of place.
He's like, yeah.
Dude, he just looks so out of. Everyone's dressed up all nice. He's wearing like a hoodie and like sweatpants with like paint on it and shit.
There's nothing better than seeing him at award shows. Period. Like any award show that Norm was at, I mean, he
He
just
hosted the ESPYs that one time.
he just
Said some-
annihilates.
He had some funny ass bits. It's just
Goddamn.
something about players beating their wives. I was like, dog, like, and he was like, what?
Yeah, and seeing like
Does this
Norm
not happen?
on any interview ever is always hilarious. I heard another Jim Brewer story about Norm Macdonald, where like apparently they're doing a show for some state. Can't remember what state. Let's just say it's Wisconsin.
No, I remember it was Iowa.
Iowa, and like I was like, it's supposed to be a clean show, and then Norm goes up and he's like, if you're gay, would I be the ass guy
Yep.
or the dick guy? Why would you want to be the ass guy? Like, ow. And then like the whole crowd just like stampedes out of there, but there's like college kids that stay behind just dying laughing.
Jim Brewer is one of those guys behind the scenes. He's gotten. People were saying he was kind of crazy, but what happened was he is actually a believer in that Dave Chappelle clone theory, where people think Dave Chappelle's a clone.
He's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah, Jim.
Maybe
he's
so.
super crazy. Yeah.
But that's just it, though. Like, do y'all know about that? Because that's all people were saying when he's came to
Nah,
stardom.
dude, they
and shit.
definitely arrested the Diddy clone. That's for sure.
But what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think Dave Chappelle's a clone?
I don't know if Dave Chappelle's
Really,
a clone.
really, for real?
I do believe in certainty that there are human clones out there. There's no way no one made a human clone
At this point.
and sees the benefit.
No, I do
that.
not think Dave Chappelle is a clone.
Neither do I. That's what I'm saying. That's what lost people's legitimacy
that's not
for Jim
how
Brewer.
you. It sounded like you might have thought that.
No, I definitely didn't. But Jim Brewer.
To the listeners out there,
Yeah, no. I heard Jim talk about those Iowa stories, and I love him on podcast. Saw he came to Stardome in Birmingham. Then, like, literally 2 or 3 months ago, he was like, "Yeah, I saw Dave." And then when he came back from Africa, I'll be real, it was a little suspicious. And you're like, "Come on, dude." He probably just stopped talking to you.
He's probably just,
Are you
yeah,
are you
people
sure he
change.
wasn't doing a bit?
Probably was, but the way you got to look at the clip I was telling you about. Like, it was a legit deal. Like, he wasn't talking to another comedian on a podcast. It was like he was legitimately like, it was shady how he went to Africa and
have
came
you
back
guys
and was a
seen
new
the
person.
Michael Jackson is a clone theory. That one's actually fun. Like,
There's so many Michael Jackson lookalikes too nowadays.
yeah, because like the theory is that like Michael Jackson became a burn victim after his hair got set on fire on the Pepsi commercial, and then there's a clip of Akon talking about how Michael Jackson will have to wear disguises when he goes in public so people don't see him, and so he's wearing this disguise as a big white man, and then he gets calling him Mike, and I was like, oh shit, so he called him Dave.
Yeah.
And then so Michael Jackson dies, and this burn victim comes out. He's like, "My name is Dave," and he has like the same voice as Michael Jackson and stuff.
Hey,
And, yeah,
I just want to talk to you.
I don't believe any of it.
I don't. But
it's fun to like.
why I don't believe it is the fact that I would get when you're 7 years old in the Jackson 5, you would hate fame from an early age, but you would also have to love that feeling of having 200,000 people in Brazil, like in a soccer stadium, chanting your name. Like, you can't just forget that feeling. Like, he may want to drop off the map, but he still have to he could never get that energy back if he fully went undercover and faked his own death.
Well, the only thing he wanted to do that was better than 200,000 Brazilians
It's children.
Yeah, Brazilians. I set y'all up with that.
was fucking just one Brazilian boy.
Yeah.
He just wanted to fuck a little boy, and that was.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Brazilian
Little boy's cheeks.
little boy's cheeks and
I wanna clap them all
all night long.
Yeah, it's like beat it.
Looking at the boy in the mirror.
I've got some binoculars. I'm peeking into the boys' restroom all day.
None of us have a future in singing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
I need
the
this
boy's
blunt
little
bad.
restroom.
Reefy Wonder, I need this blunt bad so I can get out of this.
My boy,
Get out of my head.
Yeah.
My boy's
I'm
fucking
tweaking.
pacing
I'm
around
fiending.
He's doing
in a
burpees and shit.
1 foot
I'm
step
scratching my fucking neck. I'm like,
radius.
Yeah.
I'm
Radius.
scratching. I need it.
Ripping his pubes out.
I'm fiending for the
Look,
fucking herb.
DBB is such a racist that I pronounced radius as raciest, talking about him stepping back and forth in a
Yeah.
1 foot
That's
radius.
it, dumb.
Yeah, there's like a 4 mile raciest around him.
I definitely look the most racist of the bunch here. I doubt I am. You got South American in you. Those are the most racist of the world.
I mean, I guess you guys could use me as like, at least you don't hate Hispanics.
I kind of do. South American cutie stores. That's the reason we don't have any information on Inca.
You look like
Right.
Austin Powers' Klux member.
I do
All right,
like
that
how
was
like
bad.
in
Yeah,
history they're all
baby.
like, dude, the Native
We
Americans
both
were all
have had
chill.
some bad ones, but this is about to cheer it up the combo.
What'd you say?
Like everyone says like the Native Americans were all chill and shit, but they were all killing each other too. So it's like
Literally,
Yeah, I care about that.
he's half Sioux.
yeah.
He's half
I care
Choctaw.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm
Reed
half
does
Sioux.
like-
No, I'm half white, but there's also just half. I'm gonna sue you.
Oh my god, Reevy, I wonder sometimes.
Me too.
Man, Reevy, I wonder about you sometimes.
Knee slapper.
How y'all think I got that name?
How did you? Glisten is the original, right?
Yeah, don't
Yeah, let's
fucking
not
get my
expose-
government
let's
out.
not-
Dead name. I just dead named you. I'm sorry.
yeah.
The first one, it was all Twitter names, and it was the first one was Ask Reeves, like Ask Jeeves, because my real middle name is Reeves with an S.
Then it was Revius Black, and then it was.
Well, there was Revius Black. There was Rebecca Black, if you remember Rebecca Black that
Yes.
did
Yeah.
Friday. There was Of a Revolution.
Ooh.
There was Review Wonder. There was
I can relate. I've changed my name.
You should
so
definitely
many
be
times.
Revel Knievel.
there was Revel Knievel. There was Reeve Irvin.
I used to make SoundCloud music, so I had different names. My first name was Burn, Brne, without the Y, because I was like
Steve Byrne,
it's like Steve Byrne, but it was also I said I cut out the
Reeve
Y.
Byrne.
I was like, because if I explain it to you, I go, why didn't they go? Why don't you put the Y in your last name? I go, because why not? I thought it was the most badass shit.
That's
man.
worse than anything I've said today.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. But 50-year-old me was like, that's a bad. You're changing your name legally to Brne Burn. But that was SoundCloud days. Comics are different. You see a lot of comics change their name completely, but farted on the mic.
Dude, what if
Aquafina. You think
what
that's
if
her
on
name?
your jersey you just had let it
Let it burn.
on
Yeah.
the
I'm
end?
naming my daughter
They'd be like,
Heart.
what's that, dude?
HART, so she'll be Heartburn.
Yeah,
And
Kevin
my buddy
Hartburn.
Rug.
Cool, bro.
That's my boy Rug.
Carpet.
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
Name
Yeah.
a carpet.
Cara.
Let's try to be funny. Let's try to think of something funny.
Oh, we haven't been doing that?
You're right.
You fucking dickhead. I haven't just been
I
bombing
just
while
got the
also
point.
trying to be fucking
That's it.
funny.
It's like we just
Yeah,
been
you're not
bombing for
fucking
30
names
seconds.
and shit.
Hold on, guys. Okay, cut the shit.
The blunt just got passed to me. Now we're about to liven this
Cut the
up.
shit. Let's be funny.
All right, you go. You start.
Yo, I got all my funny out on the last pod with Travis, dude. I fucking ripped Travis.
It's
to
impossible not
Yeah.
to feel that energy from Travis. He is the next to blow. in
He
my
really
opinion.
is.
Nah, dude, Travis is a pro.
He
That
really
Atomic
is.
Johnny
Yeah.
was the best comedy set.
Yeah.
Not just from him. Like I've seen from anybody at the Laughing Skull. That was like a master class. He's
Really?
really hit a curve on that shit. I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
proud of that
I bet
motherfucker.
his dick's got a nice curve to it.
Oh yeah.
That shit looks like a medieval dagger.
It's probably actually like really straight and just swole.
Yeah, if it's anything
Yeah,
like his
big
comedy,
purple tip.
it's legendary.
It probably looks like his fucking chest muscles.
It probably looks like two Snickers with a cherry at the end.
Looks like
See?
what?
Two Snicker bars with
What
like
did
a
you just
cherry
call
at the
him?
end.
I didn't catch that.
Figure neck.
But those guys are like those were stuck in Montgomery, kind of like how some of y'all who are all really talented farther along than I am. But y'all are just not getting the path. Like if you stayed in Columbus and just try to make it only in Columbus, same way I would just stay in Auburn, you can't do that. Travis, as soon as he went up to just one city up in Birmingham, they're like, oh shit, this guy is. But you have to get out of that bubble, and it takes a community to do that, to give you that confidence and be like, oh, that you're like, to spur you on.
Oh yeah, because I think Travis could definitely blow up.
Yeah.
He's a real funny fella.
But he's 30 something. Like same thing with all the guys. You're in your 30. Me and him are both around 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, we're not super young, but we are really young when you think about it. You're
Dude.
fucking young, dude.
How fucking funny was it when I know DBB you weren't here for this, but Travis like got overheated. We were
Oh, yeah.
podcasting here, and he literally like took his pants off.
Yeah, and we had to point the fan at his legs.
Yeah, we literally, this was in the middle of the summer. It was like the hottest fuck, but
Yeah.
fucking Travis almost passed out on the pod.
Especially we're in a garage, Charlie Greer's
Yeah,
garage.
he got
but it is
pulled
decked
over
out.
on the
It's
way
awesome in
home
here.
after the pod, and he like dropped the pod to the cop.
Did he really? I
Yeah.
missed that somehow.
Yeah, because like the next day it was at we were at Rock and Roll, and then he did a whole set about it, about being pulled over, and he was like,
You heard of the Charlar podcast?
yeah, and he was like, yeah, I was like, I'm just leaving doing a podcast, like I'm a comedian. The cop was like, what's the podcast? Like, oh, CHARLAR podcast, and the cop was like, oh, I'm gonna check that out. And it's funny, he's probably gonna listen to that shit. I was like, I should have fucking arrested that guy.
Yeah. But I did notice his pants were off.
Yeah.
Should have put those back on.
Yeah, I did an app with Travis and Scott. Travis Scott.
Good combo.
Were you
Oh,
there?
really?
Was
Yeah.
that
I was
Obfest
here for
fun?
Yeah, I
one or
think
two
it
of
was
those.
just me, Travis, and Scott. Travis Scott.
That was a little
Nah,
demoralizing
that was a
walking
good
up
app.
to Obfest. Full transparency, guys. I don't give a fuck. I love JD to death. But seeing those platforms with the grates in the middle, I was like, my fat ass is about to fall through that shit.
No, it's
bro.
funny because Scott was literally looking at the stage. How it was all these pallets with super wide gaps. He's like, someone's gonna twist her ankle in that. And it's funny because I did my set sitting down. The moment
Yeah.
I stood up, my foot went straight into the gap, and I twisted my ankle.
No, man, I'm sure they're working with like basically zero budget.
Exactly. Like, I'm
but
glad he did that.
well, the one thing that I just wish is that like, which I mean, JD may not even know that we have set of community speakers.
Yeah.
But like I could have just brought the speakers
That's
with me
it.
and the microphone.
Yeah, like I
and
could have brought the backdrop.
that
He
would have
was
made
trying
it.
something new. He just got to get out of that mentality, like Jasper set up, where you are part of a community. Not one of us is gonna jump the shit off. You cannot run a comedy club with one performer. You can't just be some funny ass Asian lady with some money and be like, I'm gonna buy my own comedy club, and then be like, boom. No, it takes a certain skill set of humbling yourself and being like, okay, I'm a good showrunner, like in my position, but I got a long way to go in a comedy aspect of that. Like, but both of you guys are probably not going to start up your own comedy club or some shit like
Here,
that.
I
or
thought of a
spend
topic
50 grand.
that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Because like Scott, Reeve, and John and I, we've all talked about like advice for new comics. You know, like stuff like if you're a new comic, some things you know. But you are an amateur showrunner,
Yeah.
so we haven't had really that perspective. In
Don't do what
running,
I did. That's
yeah,
my
running local comedy shows. So what would you say was the first step you have to take to start running comedy shows locally?
You have no other option.
Book yourself as a headline.
Yeah, book yourself as a headliner. Exactly. And exactly that, as we're joking, the opposite, which isn't a joke, is don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, for real, if anybody is listening that would want that,
No, if you
don't book realize that you were not.
if you
headliner
want to be a
material.
comedian, become a showrunner and only book yourself.
Yeah.
That's easily the best way to become a big comic. And
But to get to somewhere, again, don't worry about running shows. Like, I'm glad you mentioned it, but again, amateur showrunner is literally would be my job title is amateur unprofessional showrunner. But do open mic.
Job
Yeah,
title
but you
is,
gotta start somewhere.
promoter.
That's it, promoter. And
Yeah.
I can be a good promoter, and you don't have to be good at comedy to be a promoter. I'm Exhibit A of that. Not great at comedy yet, but I know how to promote and get people's
Yeah.
eyes on it. But don't speak for the group, and that's where other people we know have gotten into problems. You don't speak for the group just because you're promoting the show. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I bring the people to hype on Wednesdays. That doesn't mean I get to say so more so than a guys like you guys. All that matters is how funny you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That dictates the hierarchy of the thing. Like a guy like Travis, who's one of the funniest motherfuckers around, he doesn't want to run shows like that. It's also not in his wheelhouse. It's not in his skill set to spend all day texting people and doing shit like that. But yet, I would value Travis's opinion more than any, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Than any showrunner I've met.
but so like, what was the first venue you started show running at?
Hype Bar, dude, which is crazy.
Yeah.
One
Well,
and done. I need to get
How did you get that spot?
I saw that. Sounds crazy, but and it's funny looking back. So it's run by Indian guys, as you know, Hype Bar.
Yeah.
These
they're so hyped.
West Indians, and it's like the name of the place, the Yummy Crab. You're like, okay, that's probably some stepped on seafood. Yummy Crab,
Dude, if they just did Indian food there, it'd be so
it'd be awesome.
fucking
But then they have to
awesome.
hire an Indian chef and pay him what they should be paid. But they can hire.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
Indian chef
immigrant
ain't getting
staff.
paid that much more than a regular chef, but
And chefs don't get enough
Probably getting
deserving.
paid less.
But basically, these guys booked the Misfits. Which have y'all ever heard of the Misfits?
Mm-hmm.
They do drag, and they're a drag group from around here, and they do great work. That's the crown of comedy, that old joint. I saw that they went over there. Well, they never got to come back because again, these West Indian guys were like, we didn't. They thought they were a dance group. They didn't realize it was like a guys dressing up as girls drag thing, which all of us as comics, we're pretty much open-minded to anything. Nor we wouldn't probably do it, but you respect what they do. I saw they went over there, so I DM'd Hype, and that's how we got it all set up.
Yeah, dude. I remember there's a bar near my house. I'm not gonna name the bar. I almost said it, but
no, name it.
I don't want people to fucking be like, "Oh, he
Well-
lives near this bar." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because that's gonna narrow it down to this in a fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
Look, you don't know, man. People will listen in and be like, "I want to go
There's
to
not
the
even
guy's
really
house."
a bar that close to here.
There is. But I'm
No,
not
I mean
gonna
I know the
describe
bars
why.
that are close to here, but they're not that close that they'd be able to figure
Yeah.
out where you could fucking live.
I'm sure people are savvy, you know. But
you
but
can
anyway,
just say Columbus, and they get good enough of an idea.
Yeah, they'll find other ways. Let's
yeah,
go to
but
your
I mean
Instagram.
Columbus, they can have that.
If somebody really wanted you
I'll
dead,
give you that hint.
they weren't smart.
Or
enough
just
to
say
do
it
that.
and bleep it, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, but bleeping requires editing, and that's like that's work that I don't want to put. But anyways,
Edit this cock
the
out.
idea is that so I go to the bar. We'll call it Mojo, right? So the bar's called Mojo. So me and my
Oh,
buddies
you mean?
Explain the background of this. So, did you set up a spot here, or was this like your first experience of this?
Oh no, this isn't a show running story. It has to do with drag though, because I went there doing
That's
drag
what-
bingo. Right, I'm
Yes.
going there. I'm drinking with my buddies, Kevin and Dean.
Jerking his buddies.
Right? And they're doing drag bingo, and we're just drinking. And my buddy Kevin shows up late, and he starts drinking with us. He's like, "Damn, that chick on stage is hot." And we were like, "Oh yeah, dude, you should definitely like try to get her number and shit." Like, he had no idea.
As
what
a good
drag
friend
queen.
does.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't know it was a bloke with the balls.
Exactly. She's
Yeah.
a good looking chick. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your thing, buddy. Go on.
Yeah. Sure, you got that. You got that.
Meet her backstage
Yeah.
in the alley. Invite her to your truck.
What do you guys say whenever someone's like, "Oh, you're a comedian. You mind telling me a joke?"
I just say it doesn't fucking work like that, dude.
I
Like,
say, do you see an audience? No, I'm not. I've gotten to that point.
I say this. I say, did he hear
I
about
can't
the
do it
guy
without
with the all wooden car, some wooden tires, wooden windows, wooden engine? Yeah, wooden start.
I say, if I talk to you, I'll make you laugh. Like, if we have a conversation, I can make you laugh. But if you go, hey, I go, you're not an audience. You're two people. You're one person or three people. And so I'd be like, do you see an audience? No. And I go, how about we just have a conversation like you would, and then I'll make you laugh in the moment. Because that's all it is a time. You're catching somebody
Yeah.
off guard a little bit. Not just shock comedy, but you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, honestly, like a lot of the times when somebody says, "Can you tell me a joke or whatever?" I'll be like, "Fucking right now, no." Like,
Yeah.
and, like sometimes the delivery of that can get a laugh, or they'll be like, "Oh, really? You're a comic?" And you can be like, "Well, I try." Or they'll be like, "Are you funny?" And you're like, "Well,
Yeah.
fucking, I try to be, dude." Like, of
well,
course.
you have everyone. Your jokes could kind of do that because you have good written jokes where you could literally read it, so you could just say it to somebody. But
Even
again, it
then,
makes you
they
feel
don't-
shitty about the joke.
They don't even translate like that though. Like, it's just
Exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't
Actually,
matter.
Sometimes I do tell people a joke from my
Very rarely for me, but yeah.
because like I have kind of jokey jokes. Like my favorite joke to tell people is the Kanye West joke, where it's like, Kanye said, "One good girl's worth 1,000 bitches."
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to find a good girl, so I can exchange her for 1,000 bitches. I tell people that joke when they tell me to tell them a joke that I've written.
And please use that thing tonight about being like, and then I exchanged, and then I realized it takes a lot to feed 1,000 bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got stables now, but that's like 100 of them. I had to sell the
Yeah,
other ones, but I got 100 bitches. I'm just putting them in a trough.
Well, that and something about
make
like
something.
buying 1,000 bitches too.
Yeah.
It's like, because if you acquire them through like experience, that's one thing. But then if you acquire them through like, oh, I just bought 1,000 bitches.
Yeah.
How expensive would
On
that
their
one?
Russian website?
How
buy
expensive
100
would that one girl be that you exchanged for 1,000 bitches? That must have
Yeah.
been like, yeah.
Well, and just think about the caliber of women that you have too. Like if you have 1,000 fucking tens versus 1,000 twos,
zeros?
Yeah. Would you exchange Taylor
you know,
Swift for
what type of girl do you
1,000
get
sixes?
with 1,000 twos versus 1,000 tens?
Yeah. That's exactly it. There's no specification on what
my
those
name's,
1,000 bitches.
Mr. Misogynistic.
Yeah. I think what we're listening to is Kanye West is dumb. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lyrical genius. I can exchange a girl for 1,000
I think
bitches.
the bitches. I think they're random. You get 1,000 bitches. Some of them are tens if you're lucky.
Some
That's
of them
what
are
I'm
actual
saying.
female
Some of them are
dogs.
zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some will have the disease where girls can grow facial hair and they look half fucking
I don't know. I
Yeti.
might train them. Make them do push-ups and shit.
But you have
sit-ups.
1,000. You could train 100 of them, but you're gonna
Dude,
have
I'm
to.
saying, like,
you're
I
gonna
have
have to
an
hire
army.
help.
That's an army right there. 1,000 people. I
Yeah.
could take over a town.
But yeah, because you could give some of the bitches to the guy. But hey, man, you want 3 wives?
Yeah, and then
Here's
like
your
one
bitches.
bitch mayor. The other bitch sheriff.
Yeah. He opens up an IHOP, has all waitresses.
Yeah.
They're just his family. He doesn't even have to pay them. He's like, "You're my bitch.
Yeah.
Go serve some tables. Sell the
But I mean,
blueberry
it'd be
pancakes."
hard to transport them because like 1,000 bitches wouldn't fit in this room at all. Like they'd be leaking out and shit.
Well, I mean, if you blended them up, maybe.
Jesus. Yeah, if I compacted them in a car
That is
compress.
true. Xerxes style.
What if you put them all in a hydraulic press?
Yeah, that'd be a good
Dude.
YouTube video. Like once they get old, yeah, you just put them in a hydraulic press, make YouTube videos.
Pressing one bitch at a time until you get to 1,000
Yeah.
bitches.
So I get 1,000 likes.
The fact that you could set up all these microphone stuff is really impressive. Like, kudos, Charlie. Like,
Is it?
It's really not.
it's impressive to me the fact that you set up 4 of these.
The only thing
Yeah.
that's more impressive is that fucking roach growing up the wall.
Are you serious? Is
Yeah.
there literally a roach? 'Cause I'm fucking scared of roaches.
Pussy.
But you-
Fucking
deadass?
get it. Yeah.
Is there actually a roacher?
He's fucking
Dude,
gaslighting.
you know
me,
what?
man.
gonna
You know
find
what
me.
pisses me off
It
about
knows I don't
roaches
like 'em.
is that I will not see a roach in my house for decades.
Same.
The second
Same with lizards.
a woman comes into my house, I shit you not, they choose that exact moment to be like, let's go fucking explore a little bit. Let me go fucking see
it's
what's out
'cause-
there.
Like, this doesn't ever happen. She's like,
Nah,
Sure.
dude. She brought the roach.
yeah.
Look, that one's hiding behind the light. You could kill it,
Yeah.
or you could leave it. I'm good.
You like
I'm
cockroaches.
I'm good.
It's like a bitch. Oh, I see it. You little fucker.
At least he's little.
Yeah. You gotta be scared of the little ones, just the big ones. Then you kind of want to hang out with them a little bit.
Do you? Oh shit! It's
It's a
fucking
flying-
flying, dude.
It's a flying. I don't want.
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, I'm not just feeding for weed anymore. This is. There's a legitimate roach flying around.
He's gone. It's all right.
It's gonna come out when we start talking about him. No more roach talk.
Yeah, so you're not gonna hit that roach? You're not gonna smoke that roach in there?
It's gonna be attracted.
Dude, okay, so there was a joke I was trying to work out about a circumcision that was like, hey, the skin that we cut off, the foreskin that we cut off, should be
Yeah.
called a cockroach, right?
I like that.
Is there something there?
I think there is something there. I've had a lot of
There's a
thoughts.
connection that's not like. There's another word that I need to find that connects foreskin and cockroach.
About taking off a piece of your penis and adding the doctor bit. I can't remember what he said in that doctor bit, but using that foreskin for another purpose could be a bit.
Yeah, no, but like he's talking about more like the wordplay of like cockroach. Because I guess you could kind of talk about how like you guys know how the end of a blunt is called a roach.
Yeah.
Do some fingers, but
The
like
end
the
of a-
very end of a
end of a
roach.
dick.
Yeah, the end of the
The end of a
foreskin
dick.
is
Pinch
the
off a little foreskin.
Should be called a cockroach.
yeah.
I'm just setting it up wrong. That's what it is.
Maybe it's a delicacy in a different culture, foreskins or something. Cockroaches are
Because
really
I've thought
good
a lot
dinner
about
items.
foreskin and like something funny about people using like what do they do with the foreskin after they cut it off? Like because lately I've been kind of playing around like Diddy has a bunch like their Diddy's rings or something or
True.
I just need to get away from dick material. I have so many
know,
dick jokes.
But you're onto something there. You know, Dick Ring.
Well,
think
I
about
don't
Dick
know.
piercings
I think,
in the foreskin.
I think if it gets laughter, that's all that matters. Like I don't pay
No,
attention
it
to.
is. No, I subscribe to that for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, I did have the same thing too, where like all my like reading all my old material, it's super horny.
Yeah.
It's like,
Shit. Tell me about
That's
it.
such a funny way to describe it. Is like,
So-
my material is fucking horny.
I'm not going to
dude.
talk
Yeah.
about my material. Keep talking about it. I'm literally looking tonight. I'm
But,
going to count
yeah.
out how many ones discuss penises and do that. It's probably
But-
98 to not 100%.
but if you sprinkle them in with less horny material, they're more digestible. Because like I used to go up and just do straight like just fucking 5-10 minutes of straight horny shit, and then and then you're known as the horny guy and shit. Nah, because I remember James Etchison used to describe my humor as gross. Like I had gross humor. I remember the first time James Etchison ever shouted me out on Twitter. He was like,
Everyone.
I tweeted something. I guess he thought it was funny. He like quote tweeted and he's like, "Oh, dude, everyone should follow this guy. He's super. He's like he has super good gross humor or something."
You're like, yay, but also, what does he mean?
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, and then I was like, oh shit. I guess a lot of shit I talk about is like horny and gross. Cause I talk about like bitches getting fucked in the ass and having a loose asshole, and then how their shits probably come out like.
See, and I always think that I'm dirty until I hear your set, and then I'm like, oh no, dude, I'm fucking mild compared to Charlie.
where it's professional. You don't realize you're saying a child porn bit basically with the baby's penis. It's basically about I
Yeah.
don't want to look up child porn and say young.
Oh
women.
no, you do get that for sure. Like
But you're not just going like, hey, you know, a child porn. You know, you have to look up penis, baby penis. You're stretching out. You're like,
Yeah.
I realized.
Well, yeah, but I get
typed
freaked
in
out just
the
for like
baby's
mentioning.
penis.
I get freaked out just for like mentioning dick or cum.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just like part of the punchline, and it's not like fucking hairy, cummy, fucking, you know.
100% of people have explored sex.
But Charlie's is
That's why it's such a
fucking.
relatable topic. We all
Charlie's
do
is
it.
fucking cum covered, stretched out asshole.
What other?
fucking,
Think of another topic
fucking
that
just
100%.
like dripping out of your taint, fucking
Yeah.
bloody
and
cum.
then I talked about
100% of people talk and do sex. That's why
Yeah,
it's
but
so
not
relatable.
everybody fucking talks and says and
The
does
way
it
comics do.
about that. That's what I'm saying is
Yeah, but
fucking
also,
funny,
like,
though, is
but-
that I think I'm dirty until I hear fucking Charlie's fucking crazy shit.
I say pedophile shit at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I say crazy shit, but like, yeah, I just think as long as it's funny, then it works. Cause like I remember, because like I mean, I talk about diarrhea. I have a whole 5 minutes on me having diarrhea as a kid. You know, like, and I remember one of my buddies that moved away. Like he knew I was doing stand up and stuff. And he asked me like kind of what I talk about on stage. I was like, "Oh, I have a story about diarrhea. I got a story. I talk about the baby's penis. Like it just sounds like the most disgusting, horniest shit." And then he was kind of like I don't remember exactly what he said, but basically he was saying like that's not very unique. You know, what I mean? like don't
No,
isn't that what
dude.
everyone does?
Charlie, you have some of the best material in the area that I've seen within 100 miles.
Yeah, but I'm just I
got some
can't
good shit,
convince him. They're like, dude, trust me, trust me, dude, it kills. Me talking about diarrhea.
That's
at the baby's
another reason you
penis.
can't explain bits to people that ask you to tell them a joke because you're like, you can't. I can't just be like, K. Ivy masturbates with peace, like like I can't just say
Yeah,
that at
like-
work, like
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
bartending
it's
behind
a
the
whole
bar.
Vibe. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
My family really wants me to do stand up for them. And
It's not like
like
that.
first of all, half of them don't even speak English. This part of me is like, okay, I'll do it just because you're not.
Yeah.
Like they're so not gonna get it.
Like if you play piano, you can do a recital over Thanksgiving. You can't just go do a stand-up set that you would do like you did tonight.
The idea of
Over
you
Christmas.
just talking about the dirtiest shit in front of your family members that just don't even have a fucking clue what you're saying while the other half does is so funny.
That's it.
You're,
It's just
saying-
like a
you're talking
couple- your
about
uncle-
diarrhea, shit, and cum, and all this fucking crazy
Also,
shit.
how old are your
half of them
cousins?
know it, half of them don't. Dude.
Most of my
How
cousins,
old are your-
most
how-
of my cousins are a lot older than I am.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I got some younger cousins that don't need to hear that. That makes it funnier though. If you're
Oh
the
yeah, I
same.
agree. I mean, I do have a million nieces and nephews though.
How many siblings do you have?
I forgot here. They don't call them. If your cousin has a kid, they don't call it niece. I think what do they call it? First cousin or
First
something?
cousin, the second cousin.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't even know my second, third cousins really.
I don't know, at least in Nicaragua, if your cousin has a kid, that's also your nephew or niece.
And that makes sense.
I think that makes sense too.
Yeah. Mine
I don't
just
think
lives
you're
all
blood
over.
if you don't share the same sexually transmitted diseases.
Literally.
Yeah.
If you and your brother aren't clapped up at the same time, then you need to start fucking more bitches together. You know.
I was more so thinking out of the womb, but
Out of
whatever.
would that means your mom got AIDS and gave it to you through that?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or needles in the hospital? Then you wouldn't live very long. I feel like a baby with AIDS wouldn't be really. It wouldn't be it wouldn't live that long.
Sometimes they make it.
Babies are susceptible to that
Yeah.
shit.
Sometimes they make it though.
Dude, I heard babies are gay.
Is it like
Babies are
hepatitis?
gay. Babies are
Hepatitis
fucking
C,
gay.
thing can be transmitted
Actually,
to
no.
your baby?
Babies are gay. So, yeah, no. Let me explain. Right. So when I was out in school, I had to take developmental psych. So I learned about like baby's development, and so we're talking about the reflexes.
Dude, I heard
babies have.
the baby's gay.
Yeah. That's like there's two reflexes that babies have from the moment they're born. The first one is the grip reflex. Well, they'll grip whatever you put in their hand.
Grip it.
Yeah.
And then the second reflex is called the rooting reflex, which they'll suck anything that touches their face. So babies are gay as fuck as soon as
Yeah,
they're born.
dude. Heaven
I just
was probably a
guessed
lot of
grip and
penis.
suck, and I was actually right.
Why is our G spot in our assholes, guys? Do y'all know?
It's just God playing a prank on us.
What if in heaven you were bi?
G spots are in our assholes is because penises feel awesome up there.
You never loved a buddy. You never had a best friend. You're like, I love that, bro. I love that guy. I love fucking Dylan. I don't have a friend Dylan, so I can say.
You know, I try
What
to
if
make a
you were
bit.
just jerking in heaven is literally just you having like orgies all day? That would be crazy.
No, I think you know what? I
And
think
that's
God
why you
put
have
the
the grip
G-spot
reflex.
in our ass because he knew we were just gonna be fucking gay.
That's what I'm saying. Romans.
He knew that we were gonna fuck dudes.
But dudes like fucking girls back then too. Or like
Nah,
a Greek
I
soldier.
think that's learned. I think that's learned.
Like the Spartans, they were on work trip.
Look,
getting
the
fucking
Look, you gotta
pounded.
think about it. Adam existed without Eve.
For how long?
I don't know, but for a minute.
But that's if you believe in
he was
Adam and
alive.
Eve.
He was alive by himself for at least long enough to be like, "Hey, where am I going to put this dick?"
But that's if you believe
And there
that,
was nobody else out there to show him a vagina. He did not know that vaginas existed. The only thing that he knew that existed was, "Oh, I also got a butt." So if there's another person out there, they're going to also have a butt.
That's true.
Adam was fucking gay until Eve came around.
He
dog.
was fucking animals.
Tell me.
No, he was fucking antelopes, bro.
You can't fucking tell me that Adam wasn't a fucking figure nugget.
I think he was fucking animals.
I don't know.
I think he was fucking animals.
No,
and God was like, I gotta get you a
people didn't
bitch.
discover horniness until the bitch bit the apple.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Before that,
dog,
he was
you're
fucking
wrong.
He was fucking
You are
anthills.
fucking wrong, dog.
He was
we
fucking
had
capybaras.
testicles. No, dude, we had testicles and cum and horniness
At back then.
before Eve, dog. Us fucking predates women.
Bro.
And I'm telling you that
That's a
because
Christian.
I'm telling you that because Adam, look, he didn't have nothing else to fuck. He knew that if there was another person that walked that earth, it was going to be another dude, and he was going to have to put his dick somewhere. And you know what those two options were? It was a mouth and a butt. And you know what he thought about? That
Hey,
fucking
let me
butt,
say one
dog.
thing.
He thought about that fucking
Let me say
butt, dog.
one thing. So you believe at one point in time the world had 0 humans except for 2 people, Adam and then the girl he created. Before Eve, it was just Adam. There was no other people. It was just 2
No, I
humans.
don't fucking believe that.
That
Creation
means-
is bullshit. I'm fucking entertaining the fucking thought.
I know. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, deep metaphorically speaking, do you think that before that happened, there wasn't girl and guy antelopes? There wasn't girl and guy black
Yeah,
bears?
pigs.
And girl and guy
Adam
pigs?
did not know who would have told Adam about girl and guy anything.
Because he would have felt the
Antelopes
dick.
were
He would
fucking-
see the dick.
The pig dick.
How would he see it? How would he see it? It's not Noah's Ark.
Was he eating animals?
Noah's Ark.
In a perfect girl, was he not eating meat?
You
That's
think
the
antelopes are
vegetarian.
staying around to
We're
watch
getting deep,
for Adam to watch them fuck? You dipshits? No, they're antelopes.
Was he fucking
They're
walking
scared
around
of
with your
fucking-
penis and vagina, dude? They're two very different.
garden. He never sees a deer fucking another
Yeah. What about the antler?
Have you ever seen a deer in headlights? They didn't have headlights then.
Exactly.
You fucking ass. Why
That's
you
all
got
I'm
there
saying.
They've
ruckus?
had Adam giving him head.
That's what I'm saying. Before that, was there just
No.
if there was no females in that
Adam did not see shit.
I know. I'm
dog.
still in this metaphorical world. I'm
Shit.
It's
It's not metaphorical. It's not the one they existed in.
Look, that's what I'm saying. In that metaphorical world, before there was a woman, right? Was there a woman in other animals?
So we should be.
Yeah. Was there tiger women?
Yes, but he didn't see that.
But so there was no women before
that shit.
He
There was
totally
no
saw that
woman.
shit.
So he went. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Where were animals hanging out for
In the garden.
Adam?
In the garden.
No.
Yeah, dude, the garden of Eden.
right now and tell me
Dude,
if
I'm
you see
saying,
animals
I
fucking.
was raised in the same Christian world. I was raised in the same Christian world.
Fox. He has nothing else to do but walk around and stumble.
And it's like, there's a nutsack. There's a pig pussy. I'm gonna fuck the pig pussy. God was like, I need to make him a woman.
Fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on.
Turtles fuck.
That's not the zoo. The garden is not the zoo. The
Yeah,
Garden
but
of Eden is not the zoo.
But there's
The garden
animals.
is not a fenced-in area. They didn't have
Yes, it
fences
is.
back then.
It was walls. It was walls. Snake got through the wall in the garden.
Think about a world.
Adam
before
did not
Eve.
have fences. This is
look,
before
look.
Noah's Ark.
Yes, he did.
They were not in one spot. They were all over the fucking world.
Think about the
and
world.
Adam was one person.
And think about the world before. Think about the world.
No fences.
Hey, shut up. I'm not talking about the Garden of Eden.
wood.
Read,
There was no wood. There was
Read,
no
hear me
metal,
out.
there was no zoos.
What are the trees?
Hear what I'm saying?
No, but no, when God
the
made
world
the garden,
before
there was a
Eve,
wall around it.
There was no processed
Hey, look,
wood.
I don't believe that either, but hear me out. Before Eve, all I'm saying is, were there male and female tigers, male and female
Yes, but he
antelope?
didn't see them. They were running in the woods. He was a person.
But so
in the-
was he.
Why
was
did he
running
have to
too.
make? Why would you not think at that same time there wouldn't be a girl and guy?
Well, then how do we even
Why
know
did
the
the girl
animals
come
fuck
after
them?
man? I think
I'm
we had to
just
come
going
at
off
the
what the
same time.
Bible says.
I don't believe that
I'm
either.
not saying that's how it was. I'm just going off what the Bible says.
Where's the Bible, dude? Any of that shit, dude.
The Bible never
They said he created Adam from the Eve.
From the rib.
a certain point.
from the
At a certain point.
But you're telling
At a
me.
certain point, there was Adam and no Eve.
But so you-
regardless of whether it was a
But then-
second
but wait,
or a year.
But then how did he get horny? He never
what
saw
I'm saying.
horny
How did he
shit.
get horny?
Never
Why
saw
did
Still had
horny girls.
testicles and cum.
I'm arguing
Yeah,
they
but-
didn't come at the same time.
But then what would
You
make them
believe-
hard?
No jokes aside, I don't
He
believe
just
in the
looks at his
biblical
legs
side of it
and gets
either.
hard?
I don't believe in Adam and Eve.
There's no mirrors.
Neither do I.
He had no idea what he looked like. He just looked at his legs, he looked at his dick, and get hard. Or he's watching two bears fuck, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fuck that bear."
Have you ever woke up with morning wood without a girl beside you?
Yeah.
No,
You fucking faggot.
only one of
What are you
dudes.
What? That's what we're trying to point out.
Oh man.
So was he?
All I'm saying is Adam was alive before Eve. That was really the only point of me bringing that up.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's hogwash.
Yeah, dude.
Because was there just male, or was there just male animals before he made a male animal? Why would he not have the male female?
No, but I agree with DBB. Like like you're telling me Adam would never see an animal fuck.
I got Riri rolling.
Oh my god! I'm telling you, dude.
No, that was a good step.
That's hogwash.
It is.
That was a good bit.
Now the 12 tribes of Israel,
They were all fucking each other. For sure.
they were
Adam,
all
no,
some shit.
my only point in bringing up that Adam was alive before Eve was that there was a chance in time where he was maybe a little horny and was like, hey, this is the only form of person I see. There's only going to be another dude out there. I guess I'm going to fuck a butt.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you weren't. That's not what you were saying.
Look.
That's not what you were saying.
Wait, about whose
Butt, like an animal's butt?
There was no other human. Adam was the only human. He wasn't fucking another dude's butt. All he had was tree stumps, a piece of honey. They didn't have cake. He wasn't fucking American pie. So there was only animals.
Fucked a butt. I'm saying that was his thought process, dog.
Yeah, he needed a
Your thoughts
woman.
that make you
Wait,
gay,
but
not your actions.
But I'm trying to point out, do you believe in the Bible?
When is he looking
No.
at his own butt?
Same.
At a waterfall?
So I'm pointing out the fallacy. You're bringing it up like it's fat, like there was an Adam and Eve. There was never just
Yeah,
two
that's
people.
the joke. That's the fucking joke. I'm joking that Adam and Eve were real, and that there was a second in time where Adam was alive without Eve and he was gay.
That's what I'm
That
bringing
was
up
the
too.
joke.
And do you think he was fucking animals? Now that you're acting like that's not a plausible response.
Yeah, but we're also
I'm
saying,
not bringing up as any of this is plausible. It's all a fucking
no,
joke.
all of this is in the Bible. Adam was fucking animals, and he wanted to fuck his own butt.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know how many religious people down here, like 90% of humans that didn't really believe that there was
that's
an
the
Adam and
joke.
Eve?
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
what I'm
that's the
saying.
joke.
So I'm trying to point out deep parts of that fantasy, like what was he doing before Eve? There was no other dude.
That
It
was
just
exactly
Adam.
what I did. What do you... That was exactly my joke.
I'm trying this Puerto Rican whiskey.
Yeah, it's Nicaraguan. It's Nicaraguan rum. What do you think is ass?
No, it wasn't bad at all. It was like a crown shot. Not fully.
I'm not a big whiskey fella, so
Yeah, a little whiskey's alright,
yeah.
but rum is good.
Fucking reason you're looking at my balls and laughing like, what the fuck's so funny about my balls? Like,
They were probably found in the Garden of Eden when Adam was looking for dudes.
it would be funny
There
if, like,
wasn't
if he
any
like
dudes.
chiseled a dick into a tree and started fucking it. They just started sitting on it and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
No, there was Greek statues in the Garden of Eden. He saw penises
He
and
was
was like,
sticking pine cones and bananas up his butt to get fucking a G-spot going.
Yeah, but I do think they didn't like unlock horniness in the lore until like they ate the apple.
Yeah,
Because then they saw their dick, and they're like,
That's
"Oh, what
it.
the fuck is that for?"
that's
I
it.
mean, perhaps I should put it in your ass.
And that's why the people in the Middle East were obsessed with that. That's why Jews now have foreskin cut off. They were obsessed with that penis bullshit. That's why they were like, there's just one man and one woman. The other civilizations at the time have different sexual things. And Indians went so far as to have arranged marriages now, to where
Yeah,
you're just like,
yeah. Fuck it, you're gonna marry this dude because fuck it, I like his vibes.
I like his vibes.
Yeah.
Their family has a business we want to join
Yeah.
with.
He's giving me a cow. What can I say? That's like our that's like S tier loot
Yeah,
over here.
You
You know
gotta
what I
pay
mean?
for that shit.
Yeah. So
That's why. That's the place where we placed here, or do we evolve out of a stem of another thing like apes?
probably
Other
both.
Thing? I feel like somewhat of both. We've evolved since we've been on this, or adapted.
Well,
since
I don't
we've been on
know.
the planet.
Cause like I mean I believe in like the morals of the Bible and stuff. Like I believe like I agree with the Bible, And I think most people do, you know what I mean? But like the real thing is like, what the hell is God? You know, like because I don't know if God's like a guy with a beard, you know, looking at it as like, ah, fuck, they're jacking off. No, you know. I feel like to me, God is whatever started all the energy of the universe.
Yeah.
Like something, all the energy that exists came from somewhere, and we don't know where and why.
It's like that's the most amazing thing. Like when you see your granddad, which I only had one of them, we were very close, but my grandma remarried to somebody. The other two had passed away before I was born. But like a white beard, like Santa Claus, that's a happy feeling. You have great memories as a young child. That's what you would compare to like a God thing in your life. Is your granddad who's perfect? He's your granddad. Stuff like that. Like,
so I mean, I think God is really just the idea of like, let's say like nobility
or being taken care of. Like you're looked after. You're tended to, like something else is at play.
It's not just that, but I think it's also like a framework for how you should live your life. I guess like you want to be like a god because God is, I guess, this perfect being, all knowing, and so like how can you become more perfect and all knowing as a person? And then you know they had the character like Jesus to
input.
Yeah, now he's on fucking grinder right
now.
No,
I like to get in the ticky tack region of that kind of deal. Of like, what is God? Again, a force that makes you feel like you're taken care of, or
I mean, I think the idea of God. I just saw a video about like different cultures developing different ideas of God. Yeah. So like, and I wish I could remember it because it was talking about like cultures that are very split up, like very independent. They have like multiple gods.
Yeah.
And then cultures that mix up a lot. Like have one god.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting.
This is a good way to kind of explain it. The sun, which was like Apollo was the god of the sun, or in the Inca or the Maya in like South America, they worship the sun god.
Yeah,
Or the same with the Native Americans. If you look at it from like a scientific point, guess what brought the crops? Sunlight.
Yeah.
It didn't grow. They realized it didn't grow at nighttime.
They have a wind god.
Yeah, and a wind god that took care of the wind and the energy. But they realized like, oh, our crops don't grow at night. They grow in the sunlight. So we worship the thing which is kind of based in fact, but they would literally worship the sun.
And then once the culture started colliding, everyone has a different sun god. Everyone has a different wind god. So then we started developing the idea of one god.
Yeah.
The god of all the other gods.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what is that like?
So it's like, a grandmother that's like nurturing like a Polynesian demigod that is the mother of the ocean.
But God isn't all kind. I mean, if you read the Bible, like he's kind of a dick. I mean, he floods the place, turns people to salt, but it's because it mentions also that God has two hands, the hand of justice and the hand of mercy.
Yeah.
And then like every now and then
instead of blaming God, they started looking to the skies and looking at solar eclipses, looking at other things that would affect the moon patterns, and they started looking at the moon and the moon god or whatever, and they'd be like, oh, when there's a waxing crescent, that means it's the end of a cycle. There may be storms coming, or it's hurricane season. Like Floridians back then, those people in like Pensacola nowadays, the Seminoles, they knew when hurricanes were coming based on the star patterns, because they worshipped. Not worship, but that was what they realized it was out there, the same way we worship the heavens.
Yeah, like I took a cultural anthropology class, and it talked about how there were like Alaskan tribes that lived out there, and they knew more about whales than the biologists did.
Yeah,
because they lived with the whales for, I mean, who knows how long.
Think how long one whale could survive, like one of those Eskimo villages.
And they were like perfect at predicting their cycles, knowing when they do this and that. Like they knew everything about the whales.
It's like the buffalo.
Yeah.
It sucks there's no more buffalo in America. But
one of the most interesting tribes I read about, I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's a tribe that doesn't have, their system of money is favors. So, and then actually I think there's a documentary on it on YouTube. I wish I could remember it.
Is it Native American or what is it?
I believe it's somewhere in South America. I'm not certain. It's like one of these remote, like fourth world tribes. And the documentary, or what I was reading about, and also part of the documentary, was like, it was the poorest man in the town, right? Or it was about the richest man in the town. The guy who everyone owed him a favor, right? So like everyone in this town owed him who knows how many favors. And so what he got them to do was to make a statue for his father.
Wow.
Because when they talked to him, they were talking about how he used to be the poorest man in the town.
Yeah.
Like he owed favors to everyone, and then his father died disappointed in him, and so he decided to become the richest man in town and then make a statue as a
That's
memorial to
awesome.
his father.
But think about probably the favors he had to do to grant that. He probably had to wash people's feet, wash people's houses, like scrub their
start their fire for him.
for like months at a time. Like
it's just grinding
like
day in, day
But that's
out.
the way civilization should work. And other classes in Israel at the time of Jesus, or Hindu class nowadays, you start out as a bottom feeder, you stay a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do until you die to get up in
that's
classes.
fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
It is
I
fucked
just want to talk about the dichotomy of how much fun we were having earlier and how much not fun we're having now.
You haven't said anything in 5 minutes.
You're talking about fucking gay shit right now.
No,
Y'all are being fucking
Yeah,
gay.
nah, dude,
as fuck.
Yeah, God is gay, everybody. I gotta pee, but God is gay.
God is gay.
God
God
is
is
gay
fucking
as
gay
fuck.
as shit.
I mean, he has to be kind of gay because he made gay people. You know what I mean?
No, God is literally pansexual.
Exactly. Yeah, Bryson's about to go piss. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Bryson is offended right now. I don't know why.
Nah, Bryson.
He didn't understand the joke and now is mad. So now he's mad and yelling from the restroom.
No, I like talking about stuff like that, like religion and shit. I think it's really interesting.
I used to be into it until I realized how not fun it was to talk about. And now I do not enjoy talking about it. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's fun to talk about, but I think it requires a form of disconnection between like yourself and the idea, because I feel like people get super attached to their idea, and then when people attack the idea, it feels like they're attacking you. But I think the only way any human could ever come to any kind of truth is by talking to other humans. And then,
Well, and see, I don't even feel like I have any ideas, and that was going to be my point earlier when, like, as soon as y'all brought up like God and like we're serious about it, I was just gonna be like, do y'all ever think about like not having opinion about this? Because I don't.
yeah, so you don't believe in? So like, what do you not believe in God? Are you spiritual?
My opinion is that I don't know enough to form an opinion,
Same.
I mean, that's fair.
and
I mean, that's
I know what I
because-
was taught, though.
and because of that, I don't. The entertaining the argument is not fun.
It's pointing
me.
holes in the argument is what we're talking about. The fact that
Well,
people
there-
really believe there's two people. Just there was one man at
I
Adam.
know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
man. I'm
well,
saying I
because-
don't enjoy talking about those things. It's like it's something that's not fun to me because it's all just serious. And yeah, you can make it fun, but like what we're doing right now is not fun.
I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
I gotta talk about something serious to make fun of it, though. So I'm okay with going into serious topics.
I'm waiting for it. So
Again, you're on your phone for 5
Yeah.
minutes, so we're talking
Also,
about
you
something
can't
pretty.
ask for funny and not
pretty
bring the
interesting.
funny too. You know?
okay, again, I don't know why DBB's mad right now about me looking at my phone for
I'm
a
not
second
mad.
while y'all were.
I know exactly why, because you just pointed out the fact that I couldn't take your joke, and I'm saying you're not hearing
yeah,
what we're
you-
talking about.
you
It doesn't
seem-
have to be all funny. You think Shane and the Matt guy that you're talking about just talk about funny shit 24/7? You talk about
No.
something serious and have fun with it. I can get with that.
Why are you so mad right now?
God, dude,
What are you?
no one
doing?
is mad.
It doesn't seem that
We're
way.
saying we're talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We're all chirping in at the same time. Let me chirp in.
I've
I
nobody
can talk
stopping
about
you from
something
doing
serious.
that. Nobody's stopping you
I
from
ain't
doing
funny
that.
24/7.
But you
Neither
did
are
just
you.
say it was boring and gay.
Yo,
Yeah, you're
dude,
saying it's
stop
boring and
with-
gay.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah,
we
no,
can talk about whatever.
yeah, you can, and I'm not stopping
But
you
chirp
from
in,
doing that.
yeah, chirp in and stop us if you feel like that, and because you know how to do it.
It's not my podcast. Why are you being so
Neither
aggro
am
about
I.
it?
Yeah, but
What-
you're a
what's
guest
the-
on it. I mean, it's not like you can't speak while other people are speaking.
Yeah, I've literally let y'all do whatever y'all want to talk about. So
That's
okay,
what we're
that's
saying.
something I don't feel like chiming in about. So I'll let y'all
So
do
chime in
that.
about something else to
So
get
what-
us off that subject instead
I don't
of letting
have
us
to do
run
that.
into the ground. And,
Why are you
and
being
being
so
the cool guy in the
aggro?
corner?
What are you fucking talking about, dude?
Being the cool guy in the corner and being like, I don't want to hear what they're talking about. Let me just not talk for 5 minutes.
Nobody's being the cool guy in the corner.
Chime in
I
and get
didn't
off.
have
Tell us to
anything.
get off the subject if we're getting too deep.
It's
on
not my
something.
podcast. It's not my job to do that, DBB.
So Charles,
You're
gonna talk
about
on-
to, you're about to change the way that I'm handling this situation because I've been cool about it. I don't appreciate your attitude. I've been cool about the whole thing. So I've jokingly brought up a couple of times, why do you have an attitude with me? And you've kept going on about it to the point where I don't feel like joking about it anymore. So either express why you have a fucking attitude or drop it.
There's no expression. There's no underlying motive at all.
Well, that doesn't.
I
If
respect the
you want
fuck
to
out
run
of
it
you.
back and listen to it, I guarantee you it sounds different. Because up until right now, my tone has not changed.
Yeah, but
That's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
literally just expressing it to you, and you also keep negging him on. But like, oh, you're mad,
Yeah,
you're mad. Like, you're not actually dropping
There's
it.
nobody egging it
I
on.
have the utmost
I
respect
said,
for
dude, why are you acting like this? Because I was talking to you regular and saying, dude, I'm not trying
I
to
know.
piss you off. I'll let y'all talk about what y'all want to talk about,
That's what I'm saying.
and that's it. Nobody egged you on. That's not.
And that's
even
what I'm saying.
Really
We were talking about
valid
we
for
wanted to
what you
talk
just said. I
about.
didn't egg anything on.
You didn't want to talk about what we were talking about. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I'll let it ride
You're
for
a
a
part
second.
of
There's
this 'cause
nothing wrong
I
with
have
that.
I have the utmost respect. There's no underlying theme. Like,
It seemed like there was.
I think we
There
should
was
just
no-
drop it. I think we should just drop
It
it.
Yeah,
seemed
we
like
are.
there was.
This is
because
gayer than the religious shit.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
That's why I let y'all kept going, and then you kept bringing up like.
But
me
if you
doing
think
something
it's
when
some
I
quote unquote
didn't do
gay
I let
shit,
y'all-
chime
it
in
was
and be
a
like,
joke.
talk about something else. Instead
That's
of
a joke.
sitting in the
I said,
corner.
yeah, it's gay because I
taking
didn't want to talk
photos.
about it. I don't actually think it's fucking homosexual to talk about.
Obviously
that.
not.
It's a joke. Just like
Yeah.
when Charlie
Oh my
says
God.
this is fucking gay, whatever.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Chime in.
Nobody was worked up about anything
get us
until I
back
said
onto the
multiple
good
times, dude,
subject.
what's the problem?
Instead of sitting back and being like, "Oh, these guys
Sitting
are
back
on
and
their
what?
own
I let
thing."
you talk about what you wanted to talk about. I
I want to talk about what you want to talk about. That's what I'm
I
saying.
replied to a text message, and I came to roll a blunt. What is the fucking issue with that?
There was nothing wrong with that. I want to
It
talk
seemed
about
like
what
there
you want
was.
to talk about.
You just called me. What?
And I since we were getting on something you didn't want to talk about, and that's fine to take your time and do whatever.
And
But
so then why-
talk about what you want to talk about now, because I want you to be involved in this.
It didn't seem like it a second ago, based on how you were talking.
Because
And
I,
then now the fact that I've got up to the point where I'm like, hey man, I don't appreciate the attitude.
yeah, because we're talking about
Now
funny shit,
it's
but
changed.
we were just on a little.
Why does
Yeah.
it take me to
we
get
just
to that
wanted
point?
to talk about something.
Yeah,
just-
but also, why do you keep dragging it out? Like
Quote,
even
unquote,
he's already
serious.
apologized. I feel like it's over.
I was-
like, you guys keep dragging it out.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
I
can
know
we-
you
can
didn't
we-
mean any
So
offense
what will
by
it
it.
take to get past it? What's it gonna take to get
I'm
past
cool
it?
to go past it now, but I don't
Yeah.
think I'm the one dragging it out by just expressing
And that's
what is
fine.
going on.
I'm dragging
Yeah,
that too because I
that's
don't want you to feel like I had any kind of
Yeah.
malice in that at all. That's why I've been dragging it out.
I think we're all
It's
good.
no one's fault.
It was
It's mainly mine. I just want to talk about what you want to talk about. It makes you interested. I know we talked about some deep shit that was.
It's not about me. Y'all are free to talk about whatever you want. It's not my podcast.
I know. I can
I'm here
sense body
to enjoy
language.
it, and
I just
if-
sense you weren't having a
Yeah.
good time when what we were talking about.
Dude,
So
because
feel
I'm
free
not
to
versed on that. I'm not going to comment on something that I'm not versed in. I used to be into that
Yeah,
stuff. a
but we're
while
not
back,
going
and
to
I'm
judge you if you're
anymore.
not well versed in some opinion.
I'm not worried about being judged.
you
That's why
you got
I
way
just
more
let
life
y'all
and
talk.
knowledge than I do. Is what I'm saying.
And then I made a joke
Well,
about
don't let us look
about how,
stupid
hey, we
and
were
let
having
us
so
talk,
much
you
fun
know
a
what I
second
mean?
ago, and how it got serious. That's what I made a joke
Yes.
about.
and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
And that
I
was
think,
met with a little bit of aggression, man. You can't sit here and say that it was not.
Yeah, I don't want to be made stupid like I'm talking
It's-
about
it's-
dumb shit.
I
want
didn't
you to
say
be
you were
involved in it,
stupid. What the joke was that we got serious. We got way serious. We were just cracking up, having the most fun
Yeah.
I've ever had on a podcast, and then it got to the point where we're talking about this thing that was super serious. I'm not versed in. And yeah, if we're gonna sit here and be comedians about it, yeah, it was fucking gay and lame. Like,
That's
what
what
the
I'm
fuck are
saying.
you talking about?
No,
That doesn't
well,
mean that
I
I
like how,
hate it
like-
or that y'all are stupid.
So
what-
chirp up and get
what's
us off
funny
this
is, like,
gay and
is,
lame
like,
topic.
Yeah,
and
we were all like
be a part of it.
We were riffing hard about the whole Adam and Eve thing. Then it got serious, and then it got way too serious.
That's what I'm
And then,
saying.
like-
So when it got serious, I just let y'all be serious. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, but let's go back to gay shit
wrong with
then. I mean, this shit's gay already. I'm jacking
Yeah.
off to it, but I want to see some asshole.
I want
some
to talk
cleavage.
whatever
Like,
you want to talk about.
Like,
Don't let us get in
here's-
our corner
At the
and
end of
no-
the day, that what I said earlier still stands. Is my opinion does not matter. I do not have a solid topic.
None of us
Yeah.
know what God
Fucking-
is.
That's fine.
That's what we're saying. None
yeah.
of us know what, like what
yeah.
what accent does
Yeah,
God talk in.
and
None
that's
of
fine.
us know. We don't know what he looks like. That's what
Yeah.
we're getting into weeds about.
Yeah. But but I mean, I see
A
what
big white
happened.
beard.
You know, like Reeve decided to take a step back because he didn't feel like he had any input.
Yeah.
But then Bryson he thought you should put in input.
That's all.
But then that came off wrong,
It did.
and then you guys started beating each
And that's
other
why I
off.
want to apologize because I have the
Yeah,
utmost
fighting
respect
over who's
for
going to
you.
be bottom, and then now here we are.
Yeah.
But I think we could. I don't know. Did Trump win? What time is it?
Probably already. I didn't vote.
It is election night.
Kamala late said she's going to legalize recreational marijuana, but that should have been happening about 3 fucking months ago. But I mean, if I was to vote, it would have been for her. It's just a matter of fucking.
I voted for Trump.
And dude, the border is one thing, because if you don't have a border, then everything's an open border.
Yeah, well, I don't really care about the border. I don't really care about much. I just don't trust Kamala Harris as a person. She
That's
seems
it.
very shady and fake and disingenuous.
She's
She
indoctrinated.
would never do, like, she would never be on the Joe Rogan podcast unless she had like a teleprompter up there. I feel like I can't trust someone like that.
That was one thing that made me better was JD Vance. I watched that whole damn thing of the
I
vice
saw them
president.
both.
He's not
Trump
officially,
and
but he's
Vance.
probably going to be the vice president, JD Vance.
And JD Vance seems like a down to earth, intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Like you just hearing him speak.
Absolute,
And so
well-spoken dude.
And so just off that is what I base my opinion on.
Yeah.
Which perhaps it could be bad, but I don't know.
Today
I'll
they
just
said
trust
something
my
about
instinct.
abortion, because that's my main thing, is them not banning abortion and leaving it up to the states, where Alabama, of course, would automatically
Yeah.
illegalize abortion, if that's even a word, but you know what I mean, ban abortion.
Yeah.
But he said today it's every European nation has late-term abortion banned, except for like medical things, like, oh, your baby is literally going to kill you if you have that baby, certain random occasions. But most everybody bans like late-term, like you have that baby for 6 months and you're going to basically kill a full-born,
Yeah.
like 5-pound thing you're pulling out of your fucking vajayjay. Like, you need to be having that baby. And
But yeah, I don't give a shit about abortion either. I honestly, I do think like if like Kamala Harris wasn't doubling down on like the abortion thing, she would lose probably half of her white female voters.
that's it. Fuck. The Democrat Party I grew up in it's just.
Yeah, I never really grew up in any. I didn't really know anything about politics. I still really don't. I mean, I remember in like in school we were doing mock elections where they had you vote for like Obama or Mitt Romney.
I was there for that. We
And
did
it's
McCain like in
or
2008.
or something. Yeah, and like
Scholastic Reader.
yeah, and it's like really. And I remember thinking I have no idea who either of these people are,
Same.
but really all you're doing is surveying who people like
Or who your
like, the
parents
kids
voted
like.
for. You
Yeah,
just say
yeah,
who your
pretty
parents
much,
voted
yeah.
for.
You're trying to see who everyone likes.
Our teacher in 4th grade says, raise your hand if you voted for McCain or something, and then Obama, and it was just me and this one other girl.
Yeah, like I see.
Got bullied the rest of the fucking
I see
year.
children that are like, I'm voting for Trump, I'm voting for Kamala, and I was like, first of all, you can't vote.
Yeah.
And second of all, you have no fucking idea what the hell's going on.
We didn't pick the 2 options, so therefore
You
I
have
don't care.
Velcro shoes. You know what I mean? And you're telling me you're gonna vote for Trump?
Yeah, nobody
Like-
picked for Trump to be the nominee or Kamala, and we have 2 options. There's just no reason. It is a hogwash. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, it is a weird thing. And I mean, it's crazy because like people really kill you for things that you know that you like you vibe with. Nah.
The things you
And I think
vote
that
for.
sucks. I think it's crazy. Like you can't mention someone that you would vote for around people.
Yeah.
Around people. Like
And they be-
even if like they're voting for the same person, you will never know because
Yeah.
you're not even gonna mention it.
But whether it's religion or even just like social things, like I'm bi or I'm pan, or you've seen in like real theater kids and artsy kids,
Yeah.
which is good. It's self-expression. That's what we all need to be doing. But it embodies your fashion, how you dress, how you talk, even how you change your accent, how you do anything.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, from my understanding, like really both sides need to exist because that's the only way we could ever have progress. Because
Yeah.
if one side controls everything, then of course you're never being opposed. Because like let's say the border,
Yeah.
right? It's like there's a question: should we let people in? So like one argument is like we should keep people out and preserve the way we are now. I was like, oh well, actually we should open it up and perhaps we'll find new opportunities, new information, things like that. And who's right? The answer is both. Right?
Exactly.
Because, the Romans, right, at the end, their border was too loose and they were taken over by the barbarians.
Didn't mean
Right.
anything to be a Roman citizen.
Exactly.
Everybody was Roman.
Exactly.
Didn't matter
And-
anymore.
But yeah, and then you see someone like Japan or Korea, which in World War II became one of the biggest superpowers of the world. And
We're getting real serious right now.
I know. It's one of those
I have-
nights. I've been on my funny for the night, and now I'm starting to think about the election and like real. And I'm
promise
boiled it down.
I'm not holding on to that at all. I just don't have anything to contribute.
I know.
No, I mean I
You're
get
fine.
that. Yeah, I get that. Not
I've
everyone's like that.
specifically stayed off of social media and not
Yes.
argued with any of this shit.
Me
I just
too.
don't. I'm not versed in what the most up to date thing is. If we're talking about shit that happened 10 years ago, dude, I'm ready to argue on Facebook all goddamn day.
That's what we're talking about.
But like, I'm
the
not.
landscape is different.
I'm not versed in it. It doesn't feel fun to me anymore. We need real political reform.
Yes.
We don't just need what the fuck we have going on. We need lobbying out of politics. The two-party system needs to be dismantled.
Yeah. These
The
are
fact that-
hypotheticals no one's attached to.
No, I get all that.
I'm in the same.
but
I'm not attached to any hypotheticals. Then do not. We need multiple
it just-
parties.
It doesn't. There was a point where it was fun to talk about this stuff, and now it does not seem fun.
I know it seems serious, but you gotta realize you're with me and Charlie. We're not caring about this. The same
No,
with
not
the other
even with
things.
y'all. Just in general, just like bringing up the topic. Like I can't find the fun in it. It's depressing.
It is. What's
It's-
going to be
it's-
yeah, it is
depressing is the
depressing.
change that you want. Political reform may take place in the fact of war and bullets and armies and guys like these rednecks we knew up with I eat ass flags, forming militias and taking over towns. That's the crazy amplifications that people in the next 10, at least in our lifetime, because it can't just stay two parties. We have two motherfuckers that we don't get to choose. We don't get to pick the nominees.
See how I said this wasn't fun?
It is fun. It is fun if you want to live.
Not fun.
It is fun if you want to live and leave a good place for your ancestors. Like,
No,
for the
just
future.
talking about this is not fun. It's not fucking fun
Good for
at
you.
all.
It's a matter of the fucking reality of
What
what
do you
we're
mean
living
good
in.
for me? Like, what do you That's what I'm talking about. Like I'm just saying, this is
Is
not the
America
most
not
fun-
running itself into the ground?
Yeah,
That's
it
half
is.
of our
That's why
bit.
it's
Yeah,
not
but no,
fun
but
to
Reeve
talk
doesn't
about.
care about that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
No, I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I do, but
No,
it's,
but you don't care to like talk about it.
I don't
is
care
basically
about it
what you're
either.
saying.
Well, no,
But, I mean, I gotta put a
used to,
little
but
bit of thought.
But it's because it gets to this point where somebody's like, "Well, good for you," and it's like, "Well, that doesn't do anything." It's just like with for example, I got turned off from college football because it ruins people's days.
True.
You cannot talk Auburn, Alabama,
their
what
team
the
lost
fuck
it.
ever. I
I'm
don't
not
give a
talking to
fuck,
anybody.
dude. The I hate to even get into it about the majority of these people didn't even go to these schools, whatever. But like, it's just not fun. I used to enjoy going to football games. I really
Yeah.
did. But the people around it,
Dude.
it's the people that how they talk about it. It becomes this thing. It ruins their fucking day. That's not fun for me.
That NIL shit
The-
ruined it.
The same thing with politics where it
needed to
ruins
happen,
your
though.
day, it ruins friendships, you unfriend people on Facebook because
Yeah.
of that, like all this shit. That's not fun.
It sucks.
Where
These
we
are
are
the
at
guys
is
you don't
not
got to worry
fun.
about that.
This is not
We
fun.
got into a bullshit tit for tat on the Adam and Eve. And I want you to know that was 99% my fault. But this is what I'm telling you. You're with the guys that are like-minded that are exactly feeling the same way you do. I don't talk about this in my sets or with other people, but these are still things I think about. Like, oh shit, who was going to be the president of America? I haven't thought about it in the last month leading up to this election. Y'all seem like people I can be like, okay, this is bullshit, but think about logistically what's going to happen when we're 35, 40, 50, if we have kids or not. Just like, is there going to be a Democrat and Republican? Are there be more parties? Are there going to
I
be
think
less?
Reeve is more of a moment-to-moment kind of guy. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think he's really concerned about all that,
I know.
all that stuff.
I,
Like,
I would disagree with that.
You're
pretty much-
fucking smart ass.
Pretty much wholeheartedly. I
You're
have
way more
thought-
mature than me. Like, you've seen it.
It's not that. It's just that I spent so much time thinking about it and being pissed off and all this shit that it's just not worth the more effort that I put into knowing about it. The more I was like, oh, we're really fucked. We're
Yeah.
really getting screwed, and we need real political change. And without everybody being on board, I just can't entertain this left versus right.
Oh, there's not.
who is gonna
And
like
you got to hear what we're saying. We're
Who
not
do we
talking
think-
about left and right
Yeah.
bullshit.
who do we think is going to make our taxes more or less,
Yes.
or who do we
Nah.
think is going to do
That's
this?
what we're talking. We're
Like,
not talking about
all
who
of
voted
that.
for
I mean,
who.
that was literally me with conspiracy theories and shit. Because like I was big into conspiracy theories. I would love reading about them. But literally, the more and more I learned, the more hopeless I felt about the world. And which I still love conspiracy theories, but I had to slow down just because it would make me feel kind of depressed and sad thinking about the way some people are totally fucked over.
That rigged mentality.
Yeah.
I
And how,
guess I have a hard time finding time to like go over my sets and write new jokes between all the shit that I do. And look, that's all on me. I get that. I have extracurricular activities that you know take up a lot of my time. I get all that. But between just doing stand up and like racing and riding and then like work and cleaning and fucking feeding myself and
You ain't
sleeping.
got time to deal with politics and all that bullshit.
I used to. I did.
Yeah.
I before I started doing stand up, I really did have time to do like I could go ride my bike and still have time to do all this other shit and entertain politics and whatever, but
Cheers on the vape.
cheers. But now I just don't, and
The shit
it
is
becomes,
rigged. That's why I stopped caring. The shit is rigged.
Well,
We
look,
have no
I'm not,
say so.
I'm not saying I know more than anybody. I wholeheartedly believe I am a dumbass and am not versed enough to even really articulate
Yeah.
why we really need political reform. But like I find it increasingly frustrating every day.
Yes.
This week I have been on edge because I'm just tired of fucking hearing it. At
Tired
my
of
job,
seeing it on every story. Go
yeah,
vote. It is so important. I promote this person.
It's not that I don't
endorse
care
this
because I
guy.
do care. The issues that are there, I do care about as a person. I care about those.
Yes.
I do not care to argue and just get into
Yes.
it and have this conversation that even as we're talking about this,
It annoys-
this technically
I
is
know.
just not fun for
I know.
me.
It
and I'm
annoys
not
me
saying y'all
too.
have to adhere to any
It's
of
probably
that.
going to know whoever's listening to. You're not
Exactly.
wrong. But that's where we're at in life right now. This shit sucks. We've realized the system is rigged. But this is how this country was founded. That's how stand-up started. Hey, we just talk to people. That's how this fucking world has worked. And like, dude, I am irrelevant
Yeah.
with it too. This shit is not fun to
there's
talk about.
reptilians controlling
But it's-
the money.
It's our taxes. It does encompass our lives.
Diddy is a clone. Like we don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle's a fucking clone. There's a reptilian shapeshifter ruling the world. The city of Atlantis.
Well, like whatever the
exists.
conspiracy theory is that is actually real, that's another point of like, hey, we don't really know what the fuck is going on behind the
No,
scenes.
no.
So
have
we
no
can
idea.
argue every like.
Would you not like to
thing-
know what happens behind the scenes?
Yeah, I would.
But it's not
that's-
arguing. I don't
that's
want to
like-
argue.
that's
Arguing
like-
sucks.
That's like wanting to win the lottery. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we all want to win the lottery, but like the fact of whether it will actually happen or not is probably pretty.
That's
fucking slim.
that's a stupid comparative. Okay, lottery implies luck. We're talking about the founding of
Yeah,
the country, the
yeah,
Continental
figuring
Congress.
out what's actually going on behind the scenes.
There's
is going to
good
be
arguing. It's not a
gonna be
crapshoot.
Yes,
You're putting the most brilliant minds together.
It's going to be a stroke of luck to accomplish that for sure.
It's not going to take. Look, it's
Yes, it
impossible. No, it's
Well,
not.
I think,
It's impossible.
I
in
don't
my
know.
opinion.
I don't know if it would take.
We're
luck.
not
I think it
talking
takes
about
skill
the things. That,
or like
this shit is
intelligence.
beyond repair.
But I see what he's saying. Is like we have no idea what the past was like. No one from the past is still alive to tell
We
us
know
what it was
somewhat.
like.
We have the written
we don't-
language, and
we
we
don't
have
even
Yeah,
know-
yeah, we have.
we have professions that people devote their lives to know what John Adams was like.
But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes right now.
Yeah, even
There's-
now.
We
That's
know
my
some
point.
degree.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Not all of us.
We don't know. The entire population will never know everything that goes.
Yeah.
Everybody will never
No.
be a
Yes.
informed voter.
Yeah.
And
That
it's
is the problem.
It's
Is
not
that
politics,
we have
it's business,
people
it's
that is.
entertainment.
Well, there's no
It's
good choice
everything.
either.
Who controls the
Can I-
world? It's not just politics.
Can I just finish what I was saying?
Come on.
So what were you saying?
It don't even matter because
Yeah. Who knows what's really in charge of everything? Is it
No one
the
does.
P Diddy's,
The
the
point-
entertainers?
the point is that nobody knows what the fuck is going on behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
even if hypothetically speaking, every single person that we knew was informed on everything that the public knows,
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
why
think
would-
it-
it's still misinformed.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's just a matter
Our
of truth.
opinions are irrelevant because we don't know these other factors as to what's really going on. What
Yeah.
are the cards that are really being
But see,
dealt in
to
play?
me,
Yeah.
to me, that's what
Because we don't
fascinates
have
me about conspiracy theories. Is because like I want because like something happened and there's what people say happened and then there's the truth. right? And I think that idea of truth is really fascinating to me. Like, what's the truth behind this? What's the truth behind that?
Yes.
Because it definitely exists. The truth exists, but we just don't know what it is. But someone does.
Yeah.
Someone once knew the truth. And so, is there a way to
Does oil
harness
control
that?
the world, or does Hollywood?
I mean, no one knows who
Does
controls. I don't think
politics?
there's no way we will ever find out who controls the world. There's no way.
Exactly.
It's just money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
it's
There's
just-
money.
Yeah, but then who
just
controls the money?
That's all we're talking about, dude. We all
Whoever has
agree
the
there's
mo-
nothing we
whoever
can
has
do
the
about
most
it.
of it.
Exactly. And who has the most money?
It's just
Right? And then there's the people who have the most money on paper, and the people who actually have all the money of the world,
yeah.
and that you don't know.
There are trillion-dollar
I
companies.
think I
but
don't
not
know. Yeah, there's other
trillionaires.
companies, but even then, they're getting the money from this bigger source, probably. I don't know, but that's my assumption because I feel like we're so in the dark about everything. But if you could just track money, then you would be able to know.
But that one concept, is it just one entity, or is it a council? of
Because
people
money's
controlling it?
weird. Because like, I mean, I don't know shit about money. I don't know like, but you know, you hear about like Venezuela, it crashes, and one slice of bread is 500 million pesos or some shit. And it's like, how the fuck does that even happen?
Just
5 million? No one was like, that seems a bit high.
It
Fuck
does.
it, give me 10.
the
You know?
over-evaluation of wealth.
Yeah.
In those countries where oil just all of a sudden props up. Again, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but
We're
money
not.
doesn't exist.
We
Money
don't
isn't
know
real.
anything about it, so we don't need to talk out of our ass.
Yeah.
That's a given for anything we're talking about.
I
None
mean,
of us
yeah,
know about any of
Well,
this.
but I mean, well, also everything is just we're all playing a game. You know what I mean? Like money is a game that we all play. The idea of a president, that's a game. We all play the president game. You know what I
But
mean?
then it loses its value.
Yeah, well, I guess, but then, so if it's all a game, people will try to rig the game.
That's what I'm
And I
saying.
think that's probably
It
what's
is a
happened.
game. Like you said, there is no outcome.
Yeah,
so it
which
does
life-
start talking around it.
Yeah, I mean, life is basically a game. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the first thing you do when you're born is play. With
Yeah.
like the first thing you start learning to do in life is how to play, and how to play with others. And then everything we do is like some kind of play or
Yeah.
pretend.
Or
And,
change the game.
Yeah.
And people hate that. That's
Yeah.
what we do for a living.
And then
or
people who
want to
don't
do for a living
play-
with comedy.
Like children who don't
wanna
play
change
well,
this
well with
bullshit game.
others.
Thank you.
They'll be like sociopath, like kids that don't play well with
Yep.
others and stuff like that. And so, and I think this idea of like a universal game, I think that's what religion is too. Like we should all play the Jesus game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's a fun game.
It is easier to go through life following that rules, that game, so to say.
Yeah.
In Hindu culture or Buddhism or just, it's easier to go through life
Yeah.
like that. But to
And
play,
so I definitely think there's people out there that some guy made the money game.
Yep.
And he rigged the game so he could make all the money. You know?
well, that's just stocks in general. There really was Rockefeller, Carnegie, 3 to 4 dudes that literally owned the railroads and oil. But those are just then all of a sudden Hollywood propped up. They just didn't have the technology to have cameras and radio at the time. But then they started to realize that you could manipulate the people through media. So people
Yeah.
hate what we do. That's why we get attacked as comics, because we're trying to change the rules and tell people how to live their lives. And
Yeah.
we're trying to do it in the nicest way, not the way lobbyists do it, not the way congressmen do it where they shout it. We're trying to do it with jokes.
Yeah.
In this format, though,
but like, yeah, these politicians, at least from what I've seen, like they're all working for the same team. Like
They
they're
are.
not. They're not. There's no such thing as left or right or whatever. They're all the same team. Because like you know you see like George Bush. You know, what was he, Republican?
Yep.
He goes to like Iraq or something. I think this is what happened.
You'd be surprised how much big oil
And
plays.
so yeah, he
with all
goes
that.
into Iraq, and then you think the Democrats would be against that, and then Obama goes in, and if anything, he just continues the war,
Mm-hmm.
and then he draws everyone out for some reason, but then he just go back in anyways, and it's like, well, if he really didn't want that, then why did he just help his plan? You know
So
what I
we got
mean?
in all these
Like-
wars. They found
And,
so much oil.
And
in
also
all of
Obama, I
Afghanistan.
think under Obama's administration, I don't think he did it. I don't know what the fuck the president really does, but
Because the
like,
president doesn't have.
they legalized propaganda.
Thing.
They legalized propaganda
Yeah.
for like the U.S. government could have propaganda for themselves and on the U.S. citizens.
And that's where I hate talking about two presidents. Like, who gives a fuck about presidents? They do dictate a lot, but like every president takes the good things with the previous one that they laid the ground for. Because in national, and you're talking about worldview, it takes years for technically a policy or something to take place.
Yeah,
And for
it's
those
very
taxes to
slow.
come, it's a very slow process.
I think that's by design.
And that's, again, why I do think Trump had a good term his first time was because of all of Obama's good things. Obama had a rough first 4 years, but he did some good reforms, helped pull us out of Afghanistan. That's why Trump was easily able to get us to the brink. Then Biden fucked it. His pull out of Afghanistan was fucking Left,
Yeah,
you
well-
just left everything and then pulled out all of our people, not our translators, not anybody that helped us, and now all those people are dead. It's just like,
Yeah, but I heard like whenever Obama left from Iraq, they left like like basically all the military gear or
everything.
something. Yeah, they like basically left everything, and then that's what led to the rise of the
Everything
next
but the
terrorist
tanks.
groups after Al Qaeda.
Yeah,
That led to the formation of ISIS, because they just took all the leftover gear.
yeah.
Which the Middle East, but that's like that's where they lose you. Thinking about the technicality, you got to look at the bigger picture, because like I think the Middle East, what it is, which all of it is all just ways to make money. You know what I mean? It's like in the Hunger Games where the capital is all swaggy, and then District 12 is dog shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're eating squirrels and
It
shit.
is kinda
That's
fun.
literally how it is now. So they see the Middle East as an infinite supply of war, because war makes you a ton of money.
Yeah.
So you have an infinite supply of war, right? And they're fighting terrorists. It's not like we're declaring war on someone. And so what do terrorists fight? Terrorists fight civilian uprisings,
Yeah.
right? So now you're training your soldiers to stop a civilian uprising if it happens in your own country. Right, and I just heard recently, I don't know if this is true, but they passed a law that allows police to use lethal force on protesters, which I don't know if that's true, but I just heard that like yesterday, and
Which country is this? You said?
the U.S. This is happening
US.
here. And so we've been training our soldiers for decades to fight a civilian uprising. So you just legalized lethal
That
force on
thing.
civilians,
'Cause of the
and then
capital
they're
rights,
allowing
yeah.
immigrants into the country and saying they'll get legalization of to join the military. Right, so now immigrants will join the military, and they have no connection to these people, so they'll gladly attack its own citizens. But like me, if I'm a army guy and there's a protest in Georgia, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking shoot
No.
the Georgia boys. Come on,
Anybody.
who you fooling? And,
But those capital, that's at the bit of
Yeah,
that area.
but
51,
that's-
the raids.
yeah.
what people, the left, the far left, have taken that capital thing and been like, okay, that was an uprising. They literally stormed the capital. They tried to take over the government.
yeah, which I mean, I don't know about
Again,
really
It's
much.
speculative. I have no
like-
description on that, but that's why
I
they made
do
that
think
law.
I do think something's trying to take over the U.S. Like, everyone wants the U.S.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you just look at it from like our perspective, you can see like, oh,
China's
China
supposed this,
wants it.
Russia's the
Yeah, you know,
internet entertainment, Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram
And, like,
propaganda, television propaganda. It's all coming at us a million miles a
Yeah.
minute.
which I saw a really great lecture on YouTube, and it was from like a retired KGB officer. I think this was like in the 80s or something.
Is it Lex Friedman?
No, this is like an old recording of like a lecture from a university, and it was an ex-KGB agent talking about subversion
Yeah.
and how you take over a country basically like he was saying the idea of subversion is making their country so bad that you look like a better alternative.
Yeah.
Right, and like how do you do that? And he listed off the things that you do to destabilize a country, and it was like you lose trust in the police, like you have to completely discredit the police. You have to destroy the nuclear family, and you have to replace religion with sex cults. And then I didn't watch the full lecture.
Objectives. Like there's ways.
Yeah, these are objectives, and he talks about the techniques and how that's done.
Exactly. That's
And,
the techniques that I like to get in the nitty gritty
yeah.
of. Like,
And which I wish I remembered the techniques, because I mostly just remembered the list, because it's a really long lecture. I think it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I watched maybe the first 30 minutes of it.
business
No.
on YouTube. All the ads you see, you notice a Matthew McConaughey movie comes out on your YouTube and TikTok reels. All you'll see is old clips of McConaughey popping up or something like that. Or for me, it'll be like, my girlfriend loves Chapel Roan, so I've gotten into Chapel Roan. It'll be
Yeah.
like Chapel Roan pops up as like ads for her tickets and stuff like that. It's not just listening. That's like a bad.
Yeah.
It's good and bad. Like it is. You want to know what you want to like, but like
Yeah, but now they
It's
can control
dictated
all the
for you.
information you see. All the information you see, I think now is probably
Yeah.
controlled or very, very they're trying to control it more and more.
it's making
obviously,
force seem like it's not forced.
like
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
because with the pandemic,
You
they
have
took
free will,
advantage of
but-
that. They took advantage of the pandemic by being like, okay, people are spreading misinformation about the vaccines, so I should be able to limit misinformation. But then it's like, well, what counts as misinformation? You know, and then like a bunch of things, just any conspiracy was then banned. Like flat Earth was banned from like YouTube, and like a bunch of shit, like weird shit that had nothing to do with the vaccines were all banned. And then they're like, oh, there's a dangerous group named QAnon who are conspiracy theorists, and look, they shoot up schools or something.
That's
You know
when
what I mean?
tuned out of
Conspiracy
politics,
theories lead
like,
to
completely.
you shooting up schools and shit.
Yeah.
And
I haven't watched the news in 4 years. I don't watch.
no, I don't watch the news. Is dude, if you watch the news, then you have absolutely no clue what's
You have
going
no
on.
clue what's
You
going
are
on.
actually so misinformed about anything going on in the
Yeah.
world that is crazy.
But your Instagram, your social media, your Facebook feed.
Yeah,
is
what the
now
people
your
are saying.
manipulation.
Yeah, like
device.
what are the people of the world saying? And
Yeah.
and then I guess into the issue of like, oh well, you only follow people
Yeah.
that think like you, and which I don't. I follow people that fuck with Trump, people that want to butt fuck Kamala.
Same.
Like I don't really give a shit. I
Like,
mean, I have my
follow
own
old
opinions,
Rose
of course.
still, which nasty
Um,
habit, but I'm not gonna get rid of them. I like to see what they're doing, but
But it is dangerous to talk about. I've seen friends of mine stop being friends because of politics. Like they stopped hanging
tell
out.
me about it.
Yeah.
I lost people.
Like,
because when they found out I was a liberal, and
Dude, it's crazy. Like it's crazy, dude. Like you thought he was a cool guy until you found out.
that
Like,
shouldn't be the way. Politics shouldn't be that, and that's why like I admire you honestly, Reed. But like it again.
Yeah, I mean-
I had to get through it because I got questioned on it 24/7
thank you.
growing up as being the only liberal in my whole place. And Hillary was my big thing because I hated Hillary because I knew what she had done in her past and had literal fucking bodies. Like there needs to be a first female president. Hillary, we did not pick. We did not pick Kamala. Tulsi Gabbard would be my pick, but now she's kind of sold out to the right. But
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with like that. Like, oh, we need to have a female president. I don't know if we need to have one. I think it'd be cool if we had one. I don't think we need
there's
one.
no need. There's no
Yeah.
elevating. Like who cares? It's same with like first black president. I think it was Obama was a good pick, but
Yeah, and then it was like, but no one's like, oh, and now we need a first Chinese president.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
the worst thing. That's why this week at the all girls show I'm doing tomorrow, I didn't say all ladies night or ladies night comedy on the flyer.
yeah,
It's like, okay, we happen to have 4 ladies. We also only have like 2. Like we have like Nico, Dun. You can kind of think like Rachel Jordan, but we don't have a lot of ladies that are like hardcore in the scene. But we got 2 coming down from Laughing School, so like
nice.
I wanted to put some girls on and give them their shot. But yeah, again, like if you just say like, oh, we have a pride show, it's like why not just do a pride show and not tell anybody and like let people, because like my arguments as a liberal guy are always based in telling it to a conservative dude because I live in Auburn, so I'm just have to like get in their head like certain ideas. 'Cause
Yeah,
again, we have to beat down on them. I'll be like, oh, so you believe in Adam and Eve? Like I literally have that debate all the time, and it's like it fucking sucks. It takes the fun out of being human, but our era has to get used to that. People are fucking crazy. They want to defund the police. They want to.
yeah, but I mean, I
get
don't
rid of
blame
any
people.
kind of
I
central
don't blame
government.
people. I mean, like, I mean, I do blame people, but I don't. People are people. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to look at people too different. Like, cause you see a
Yeah.
guy, it's like, oh, defund the police, and maybe you disagree with that, but it's like, who really good?
You're
Like,
right. That's where I gotta get it out of my vocab. Literally saying people, combining people as a thought group of like,
yeah,
this
like he's
person's
still a
pro-life.
whole other guy.
yeah,
you know what I
this
mean?
guy's
Like,
pro border, and you're like,
yeah,
oh, that kind of person, and they're nothing to you at that point.
yeah, exactly.
That's sketchy
That
territory.
is, yeah. I mean, that
I
is
find
scary.
myself talking. I gotta get out of it, but we
Yeah.
all are guilty of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
that shit's
yeah,
fucking gay.
I
That
think-
yeah, you just gotta get it out. But
yeah, and that's
Out of
my
your
biggest
vocab.
thing, cause like I don't mind talking to people who disagree with me, because if anything, I want to be proven wrong, because being proven wrong means you're getting closer to the truth,
that's it.
and so that's why you have to argue with people and stuff. But then people are uncomfortable with being wrong. It's a very
That's it.
uncomfortable feeling, and no one wants to be wrong ever.
And,
You know?
and what comics are good at, because what we're doing when we're doing new bits is this one phrase that when I say it, we've all heard this phrase: "Expect the unexpected."
Yeah,
I hate that phrase, but literally, it's like, it's the most corny phrase ever. But our job is to expect us failing. Like tonight, you know how we all did pretty decent tonight, but we expected a certain thing of us failing, and we took it as our advantage. And none of us fucking killed tonight, but like some of y'all did really fucking good. You had some great bits. Reed, you did really good. I never gotten a real rhythm, but like I'm still fucking very raw at this shit. I suck, but it's that belief in like I know I can be good someday. So expect the unexpected. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to do the unexpected, and I'm trying to expect it. It sounds crazy. That sounds fucking.
Charlie saying blowjobs right as that family was walking out was the funniest thing of the fucking night.
Krispy Kreme box.
They literally packed up all their food and walked over to Moe's barbecue and kept like kept hanging out. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but they left Scofflaw after Charlie's like, I don't know, like fourth bitch and fifth pussy. Like they literally like they were still taking pictures over their little picture booth. And then
What's funny is
I
they thought
noticed
that,
they all had their food and
well,
walked over to them.
Mike thought it was the girl having a birthday, and she goes, "She's 17." That was the first thing she said.
Well,
I
they
knew
didn't-
she was talking about the boy, but she thought that. And
They weren't even worried about either of them. There was a much younger child than them. There was like an 11-year-old there.
well, there was even smaller than an 11-year-old. There was a young kid. That was his birthday, the little boy.
That's
He
what
was like 6 or 7, but there was like a 17-year-old. And for some reason, when Mike talked to that table, she goes, "She's 17," like kind of just like expecting that he was gonna talk to the young looking girl. It was fucked up. But you had a better remark than I would have said if they had left the room. If I had actually opened it up,
What did I say?
you said something about them when they left the room about the blowjob.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That's what Reed just said.
No, you.
No, the
like,
word
as they-
blowjob.
As they were walking out, you like I can't remember exactly what you said, but you like the word blowjob was loud and clear, basically right as the youngest person in the audience and the mom was like walking out.
Yeah.
I do remember that actually, because I remember like I decided to start that bit because I saw the family leaving.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know if you were picking up on that. They were all like they had made a couple gestures, like covering the kids' ears whenever you said some shit.
Remember
and
when
then-
Mike said "fuck"? He's like, "Can I say fuck?"
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when he talked. And then the girl was like, "She's 17." It wasn't her birthday. It was the young boy that was in there. But yeah, as they were leaving, you said blowjob in one of your first bits. But I've been guilty
Yeah.
of it too.
I did say clitoris.
Well, you had been saying all that shit,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
I did
like
start
that's
out
what
with
I was
bitch.
cracking up the most because I laughed at something you said that was just the premise, but it had something
Oh,
dirty
yeah.
in it, and you're like, that's not even the fucking joke, and it's like I'm not laughing because the premise is inherently funny. I'm laughing because you said the premise in front of this fucking family that is already traumatized by the clitoris hood.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at them. I wasn't even looking at the family.
Oh, dude, they weren't pissed, but like they definitely were like,
They weren't happy about it.
yeah, no. If they could have changed the words that were coming out of your mouth, they would.
I'm sure they would. But honestly, I think it's good I drove them out.
Yeah. The crowd
Yeah.
that was there was there.
They were
for it.
good.
You invited Reevy. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan and Jess, they're cool. They're big comedy fans.
They helped carry that show. You helped carry the show too.
Ryan, Ryan, Jess, and my dumbass abusive ex-girlfriend all went and saw Are You Garbage in Atlanta, and it was fucking awesome.
Gosh.
What's that movie about?
Oh, you know Are You Garbage, the podcast? Kevin
Oh.
Ryan and H. Foley.
I've heard of it.
It's
but I
really
don't-
good. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with like their work or anything.
So we went to their live show. The whole premise of the podcast is literally just like submit questions of like, is it garbage if
okay.
you know
Yeah.
you floss your teeth with your hair, or you know?
It would be fun if this show had a premise.
Well, that's what I was kind of talking with like Mike and
Yeah.
a couple people about. Was like, dude, like I'm all down for like the open format, like bullshitting like we're
Yeah.
doing and having fun, but like there's something to be said about coming up with a unique idea. And you know,
I
obviously
agree.
like I'm
Yeah.
biased to like, you know, Kill Tony was one of the first to do like the panelists with the bucket, it's evolved to what it is. But then like Are You Garbage, History Hyenas, the Way Back with Ryan Sickler and his other podcast, what's the name? The Honeydew. You know, like
Yeah.
all those have formats. The Honeydew is
Yeah.
all about highlighting the lowlights. You know,
I
like
just don't have any idea of like I don't know. I don't know what format.
and
Like,
see,
that's something I had to think about.
I don't either. And
Yeah, I had to think about that.
We've been thinking about it for a little bit, and I think once we find something that like is really unique and makes sense,
Yeah.
it can be something.
The venue dictates it. You saw how dope it was with the scofflaw in white letters right
Yeah,
next to the
yeah.
stage?
And like, don't get me wrong, you got to be consistent and put in work over years to build it up and build a fan base, all that
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
like, you know, there's something about just like finding that like, oh shit, I never even thought about
So-
doing that.
Similar
Like,
to the
Yeah.
venue you were talking about, that other maybe Friday, Saturday night, which I think scofflaw could eventually be, if it does what like you just said, open format's great, but our killers, like our James Etchisons, you, Charlie.
We've got some ideas for
and doing a
Scofflaw, like
band, Timothy
long
Rose and
term.
that crew, inviting some of those bands and No Shame Crew, John Fitzpatrick's band, to bring out
No, I mean,
15 more people to the comedy.
We've already been kind of thinking about that kind of stuff, and I mean, I had a phone call with a guy named Raj. I want to make sure I get his last name right. Sharish.
Sure.
Sharish. Hold on. Pause that thought for 2 seconds while I make sure that I get his last name right. But Raj Sharesh. So Raj is a part of the Big Diamond Comedy Festival that's put on with Sam Talent. So it's a pretty big festival. And Raj is not only really, really funny, but also very versed in like the comedy festival, comedy show, community, all that type of stuff. And so I got on the phone with him last week, 2 weeks ago, and talked about like essentially like what were some do's and don'ts, best practices, like what are some things that he learned from, you know, being involved with throwing shows and all that type of stuff. And with all that, you know, me and Mike specifically have been talking about shows and like how to come up with things like a once a year like big show.
Yeah.
We need that. We don't have like a once a year like the Super Bowl of Columbus comedy. We don't have that.
You saw Offfest this year. That was 5 years, and this is Offfest 5.
No, yeah, Offfest was
It's
huge.
still
Yeah,
not huge.
yeah. No,
The main
that's
campus and people of Auburn don't know it yet.
yeah.
It was
but
awesome.
and that's awesome
we do
for
need-
for Auburn. But
we need that big
we-
thing every year that can attract.
we need that in Columbus, and
Yeah.
we need stuff in between that. We need an actual comedy club. We need more than just, you know, I love the Loft. I know the owners very well. I'm friends with, you know, some of their family and all that stuff. We race motorcycles together, all that shit. Really, really good people. Have always been nothing but good to me.
Great
And,
fucking get on that.
they you know, they have the one nighter at the Loft that's actually one of the longest running comedy shows in Georgia consecutively.
You got Mike and James in there, dude. That was a great
No,
get.
I don't
Put
I
in our
don't
killers up there.
I don't think I got them in there because
They count on their own.
James had already performed there a couple of times. I think it just so happened that I talked to Matt around the time that they were kind of, you know, wanting to explore some other options. But James had performed there a handful of times already, and you know, I know that Jerry Farber's kind of ruffled some feathers over the years, but you know, Jerry Farber's performed there a lot, and he's brought me up, James, Mike. I mean, he's brought Jerry's kind of a loose cannon where he'll bring up people without asking the venue and stuff like that on a night that he's featured. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be doing jokes, not bringing up fucking 30 different people to do fucking 5 minutes. But no, so it's
that shit. That's nice of him to be able to.
no, it is. I mean, for people who don't know, the Punchline in Atlanta is what used to be Jerry Farber's side door. So Jerry had the first non-smoking comedy club in Atlanta.
Have you done one of those open mics, those Sunday night bucket pools?
At the Punchline?
Yeah.
Not a bucket pool. I went there one night, and a buddy of mine, Hank Denson, normally hosts, but he wasn't there, and oh fuck, I'm about to not ever get booked there again because I can't remember the manager's name that was there that night. But she was very, very gracious to me, and I told her that I drove in from Columbus to come sign up for the open mic, and she put me up regardless of knowing, you know, whether I was gonna do good or bomb or whatever. I did really bad that night. But she was very gracious to put me up. But yeah, so Jerry Farber's side door used to be the Punchline, or the Punchline used to be Jerry Farber's side door, and
that's why we haven't gone up as much, because it's not a guarantee. Like, you never get lucky.
Yeah.
We've thought about it, doing a Monday night at Laughing School, doing it back to back. I'm going Monday to Laughing School to try something out, and we'll see. But I'm doing No Shame and Bites on Friday.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's gonna be sweet. But fucking Punchline has been around the longest, but Skull's got to do good. But the Helium, I'm not even kidding. She followed Scott and us. This girl that owns it. She's not a comedian, but
Yeah, to me, No Shame is probably still the best,
LinkedIn is
it's probably still one of my favorite places to go.
It used to
It
be
is-
for me. I've stopped enjoying it.
Yeah, I
With all
mean, a lot of people there kind of suck, but it's a good room. They always have a decent crowd. They're super gracious. It's almost like comedy on training wheels, like
Yeah.
and so it's just a lot of fun to be able to do good on stage. Yeah, do you already know what you're gonna do on Friday? What your set?
So I don't know what the fuck I did. You did good on Monday at Rock and Roll. That's been a good room recently.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I don't.
think about my set on Friday.
That's gonna dictate my set.
I'm gonna do an old
this
set
Friday.
I've done before. Like I haven't done it in a long time, so I need to see if I can maybe refine it. And I'm probably gonna start with that joke I started with tonight, with like the
Labia Hood.
no
That was the
the
second
the
or
woman
third.
who wanted to kill herself.
Yeah.
And the cop stopped her. It's like, why? It's her body, her choice. Which I think that one is real risky to do at No Shame. But I know if it gets a laugh at No Shame, then it's good. You know,
Yeah.
like, and so
And it shouldn't be that bad.
hopefully not.
It wasn't that
Hopefully
bad.
not.
I didn't, but it was all dudes in that room. But the thing with Rock and Roll Pinball, those are the only decent reps I've gotten in a long time. Like, I don't really get any decent reps at Hype. I'm more focused on promoting the show.
Yeah.
That's where I found a good niche in this market to help put up the guys that are like, if Helium was to reach out and be like, come do a show, the first thing I say is, hey, no, I can tell you 4 or 5 other people from the Birmingham, other places, Columbus area that are you need to have up for a show, but I'm learning from the back seat, if that makes sense. With Hype, we have like a 40-seat capacity. I can build my thing into a good little spot for comedy at Hype, but I'm more focused on growing Bread Pup, Bites, whatever the venue you're trying to start, and funneling whatever talent I can draw in from doing my comedy, which still has a long way to go, but like that's separate from my showrun, and that's where other people we know, Casper the Ghost, connects their comedy stuff to what their shows are. No, that's not what a showrunner's job is. If you think it's about you, that's as soon as your mic stops working. I've learned, thankfully, from the beginning of Hype, it's not me that makes it work. It's y'all motherfuckers. So that's why I made an effort to get everybody paid as best as I could. But most I've made on a show at Hype, $100. And that's not
Yeah, that's not shit.
that's not shit.
Yeah. No, I
That
think
should
what
be
you're doing
better,
is great though. I do think it would be good to maybe save like 20 or 40 from Hype just to build up a savings so you can invest into Hype.
Yes. That's the
off
bill
the
in the
tickets.
backdrop. I love this
Yeah.
backdrop, the
Yeah.
red one.
I mean, it's super dog shit, but
It's better than whatever I could have. I'm very appreciative of that because that helped the show tonight.
yeah,
Just a little bit, and it added to the show. I felt like you
Yeah.
were able to use it as a prop, like hanging behind the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. I definitely have to make a V2 because that one's really flimsy and shit. I mean, I cobbled that one together really fast, just because it took kind of long to sew the loops or the fabric.
The PVC hoop.
Yeah, and I had to cut the fabric and measure it out.
I'm very thankful.
And
for
so like
that.
the rest of the shit, the bucket shit, it's funny because the original design, I wanted to do it in cement, but then I thought that'd be kind of really cumbersome. And then also I didn't have a day to let it cure because I did like the afternoon before.
You remember the old backdrop we had at Hype?
Yeah.
That's the only reason people knew what happened at Hype. Otherwise, people didn't know it even happened
Yeah.
there. We
Yeah.
started getting traction, and then people literally used it as target practice and shot it up one night. Cops got
Fucked up.
called. Then they had to put up signs that said no weapons, no firearms right on the door. That certainly wasn't because of our comedy shows, but
Of course.
it's tough to promote a show where like, oh yeah, it's the place that somebody did a
Shut
duel.
up.
Not even that. You got advertised. They did a duel, like a 1880s duel in the parking lot of Hype Bar and Grill.
What?
Just like, man, you got that piece on your shit. You ain't gonna talk to my girl like that. And
10 paces, bitch.
and
You
not,
want to repeat that one more time?
and not, yeah, literally. Hey, we're talking to my girl like that. You got that piece on you.
That's the sound of him pulling the gun out of his ass.
Like, I keistered this shit. They said no weapons. I keistered that shit. I went in the bathroom stall and shit got a little hairy. But dude, this shit.
All right, 10 paces.
But cops have now stationed. If you ever notice when you come to hype shows, they're like in the parking lot over.
Yep.
They know that the old chef used to sell coke out the back.
Damn. The glory days.
Thankfully, hopefully Auburn PD ain't watching.
Well, they caught the puller of Travis might be.
That's it. And
fuck.
And that's
well, this is all satire, anyways. Like
fuck
nothing.
That figure nugget.
Blue lives matter. You know, we love the cops.
I know you said you weren't going to edit anything on this, but I'd really appreciate it if you did.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I know, I probably should, but
I don't think this episode's going to come out.
Yeah, but it's.
No one listens to them, anyways. Definitely not this far. You know what I mean? I guess I could look at the analytics. Let's see how long people are watching for.
Anal lick tits.
Yeah, anal lick tits. All right, here, I'll put it up on the big screen. Got 94 views.
Analytics.
How do I see it? Like per
Diarrhea balls. Pussy.
So impressive. That's top 5 of all time.
Oh, but it says 1 views, and I know that's not true. Like, how do I see all the views?
Click on the video itself, I think.
Oh, hold on, this shit's fucking.
Comedy advice.
I think maybe content.
Bless.
Yeah, I think I go on
Bless.
content.
Yeah.
All right. Can I sort it? I can't sort it by this. All right, so this is the most viewed.
So all that to be said, Reevy, what do you think about politics?
Shut the fuck up.
Hold on, it's still loading up. I guess I'll let the audience take a look.
Pole lick
All right,
tits.
they've seen long enough. Yeah, it's still loading. But people have watched what episode of this? No, episode 11 for 26 hours.
26 hours.
No, that's your total watch time. That's all 130.
Oh.
That's all
Yeah,
133 views
people.
combined.
You're-
Yeah, spent 26 hours.
Once you get
watching that shit.
100,000, that shit gonna.
Holy shit. And I got 1 subscriber from that video.
The next is the video.
God, there would be nothing better than just to have a list and then to be a fly on the wall of the people we don't know that have watched this podcast.
I know, that's why I want to see the like their watch time. But it's like still loading. Okay, hold on. Is it here? What's this?
Who is it?
Yeah. Okay, that shows.
So what does this mean?
That means a lot of people watched right there where that big spike is. Like, so you see at the very beginning, you see the very beginning where there's a.
Hey, look, we're gonna make so much progress, and in 10 years, we're gonna be performing in Springer Opera House, and someone's gonna come out and be like, "You remember when you and Bryson had an argument about Adam and Eve?"
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Y'all were fucking angry. What happened?"
hold
You're
on.
like, "Yo,
Wait,
like,
so
So I guess like people mostly watch like the first 30 seconds,
Yes.
and then like somewhere in like the 30 to 35 minute mark.
people are clicking around that.
I
Yeah.
followed his link.
Something
I was
happened
nice.
around there. I wish we could pull up like what was said around
like,
there.
You can look. You just gotta look and see. It's a little bit before 47, so it's probably around
It's
like
like, let's see,
I
where's
hate the word, but
47?
I said
I'd say
this.
probably like 42.
I'll do there. Fuck it. What was said here?
Well, if you pull the video up, it should show you where that's at.
Oh, it's the fucking Sonic hentai shit.
All right, yeah, that's funny.
Oddfest.
No, this is
This is a long time
yeah,
ago.
this is a while ago.
Not a long time ago, but a couple months ago, in July.
The mic sounds like shit. This
Why is
mic
it
sounds so
echoing?
bad. I don't know. There it just stopped. Oh, I think it's just everyone was talking at the same time.
Scott just saying retarded in the most layman's English ever.
next to a power plant. Like,
This one, like, there's like a story.com. There's like something here.
I feel like you're gonna get embarrassed.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That is the Harry Potter.
Oh, I forgot Fomby was there.
Yeah. I guess it's like a comic.
Wait, was that Sonic's secret boyfriend?
Yeah, don't. Hey, Reed, don't worry. You were sitting with Fombi. You were sitting last time we did the podcast. It went about the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that probably sounded horrible for the audience.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
Poop City Johnson. I forgot that that's on your channel. I did see that before.
This one's very similar.
You gotta put some clickbait thumbnails in there.
Yeah, I probably should.
Just-
I used to make thumbnails, but then I stopped.
Clickbait until you get copyrighted.
Thumbnails are really important.
Yeah, I know they are, but I kind of want to keep this underground. Like I mean, we say crazy shit, so I'd like it if someone for some reason out there listens to it and is like, you know what,
I used to be
Well,
I'm in.
You know, like Mac DeMarco had a secret YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I haven't seen it. It's Cam Tony 26 or something like that.
Yeah.
Not to blow his shit up. Sorry, Mac. I'll the fuck with you, but I know you're never gonna listen to this.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
We're sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
He's actually one of all of the
Dude.
viewers. That would actually line up.
What if like episode 60's Mac DeMarco's a guest?
Yeah.
Charlar, that's the
but-
goal, though. Charlar, blow up.
Yeah, CHARLAR blow up.
So that's what you should do is just start a separate YouTube channel that doesn't have CHARLAR or anything, and
Yeah.
just like it's all fucking super incognito.
Yeah. Find your Matt Damon.
Yeah, I mean,
Find
I
your
think,
B-list celebrity you can
Like
get on
I
this
think if I
podcast.
were to like make another like if I were to like a themed podcast, I think I would just do a different. That would just be a different channel, and I'd keep this CHARLAR, and the themed podcast would probably be named something else.
No, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if
Find the theme one, but then your secret one is just like
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean, that's kind of
you
what I
have
was
a
thinking about
Underground.
doing.
Do you have one of those Instagrams?
What, a Finsta?
A Finsta?
No, I don't.
Good, good.
I used to.
I thought you were about to get in
Deleted
that
mine.
territory. Be like, yeah, who doesn't have a Finsta?
But I do have like 3 Instagrams. I only use one of them though.
I had one
Yeah,
for
same.
Kendama. That
I
was
had
my
this idea
mother's
that I was gonna post all the Polaroids that I took for a little bit, and I've created an Instagram page, and then I just never posted any of them.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
I literally
That's a
posted a
good
picture of
idea,
my
though.
face and everything, and I
Every
just,
girl
Yeah,
trying to be
that is a good
different.
idea.
I have an art page. I do jewelry. It's like you just put some spoons together and made a bracelet. I ain't paying $250 for your stainless steel. When did you get this Florida Cano?
I got that when I came back from Nicaragua last year in December.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've been trying to chief off of it.
That's good. I have a whole other bottle.
Because you brought out the last time, and I was like, I'm gonna do a little bit,
Yeah.
but I want to have at least you have like 7 fucking. You can pour some mixed drinks with that.
Oh yeah.
Or do them
I
straight.
mean, I'm not much of
Like a
a
man.
I'm not much of like a hard liquor
You
drinker.
want some shot?
no,
No, you don't.
hell
I'm
no.
just playing with you.
Yeah, I can't judge
gotta be
them.
up in the morning.
One was crazy. I remember when I first started drinking beer, I couldn't tell the difference in all the beers. Like, but now that I drink beer, I can. Like, I can kind of. I think if I taste a Modelo, I know it's Modelo. If I taste a Bud Light, I know it's Bud Light. But when I first drank, to me, they all tasted the exact same.
Are we about to watch Chase Mode setting?
Yeah, it was every episode we watched Chase Mode Bomb on Kill Johnny.
No, no. You want me not to rewatch it?
Yeah, have you seen the Chase Mode?
Second
The
appearance.
second appearance.
Yeah, I've seen both of
Okay.
them. Yeah.
All
I
right.
need to
then,
go.
No,
so-
he did better on the second one for sure.
Second one was definitely.
It was
better.
His
better.
interview was good.
That's
It was
interview was really
okay.
They interviewed him for so long. I think they knew him at that.
No,
point.
no. Honestly, I think
They
Chase
kinda-
Mo even bombed the interview because,
That's
like,
They did.
I'm not saying he fucking killed him,
Yeah.
but I
No,
mean,
it was a long interview.
I think Tony.
You're right. It was a long ass interview.
I think Tony recognized him, tried to give him a chance. He threw layups at him, and every time the layups came up, he can never deliver.
Exactly.
Because Tony was like, "How do you please her?" He was like, "How do you please your wife? How do you please your wife, Chase?"
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It was definitely set up.
Yeah, and then
Some
Chase would be
premise.
like, "Oh, I'm really nice to her." And then I was like, "Okay, well, you're nice to her. That's pretty interesting, there, Chase.
Yeah.
Anything else you do?" Because Chase talking about how he has like a bunch of tips to keep his wife happy or something.
If you
And he
give them
couldn't even name
anything,
more
they'll
than
give it
2, I
back to
think.
you.
And he was like, Chase was like, I initiate sex with her. I remember like whenever we were watching here with Fomby was really clowning him for that. Like, what a nice gentleman. He initiates sex with his wife.
I love how y'all just don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I don't care.
We do give a fuck. This is
I mean,
ancient
No,
times.
no, that's what I'm
This
saying.
will be on a hard drive on a spaceship that will remember the Charlar podcast.
It's true. I think I
Look,
remember.
I'm
shitting
not
on
saying Chase
Mo.
fucking killed it. I'm sorry, Chase. I'm
We
sorry.
don't give a fuck. You didn't do that
Okay.
bad.
No, but he did better his second time, and I'm
But
trying.
the
I'm
boy-
trying to.
the boy moved
I'm trying to be
his whole
positive.
family.
Look, man, dude, it's
Look,
not
man.
even about Chase. Y'all y'all gotta be positive.
Chase,
sometimes.
Chase, if you're listening to this, alright,
Kill yourself.
yeah. Which
The
honestly,
dick
I'm gonna,
beside your house.
Fucking
I'd be very surprised if he is.
Chris
but
Benoit
there's a chance.
yourself.
And so, and Chase,
Murder, suicide,
But
your
no-
fucking
no
wife
hate,
and
Chase.
family.
I'm sure you're a great comic. I've never seen. I don't think I've seen Chase Moat once.
No, I've seen
Bites and
Chase
Brews.
before. He
I've only seen him
fucking
once.
he did really good at Bites and Brews.
Yeah, I thought he did okay at
this
Bites
year.
and Brews. Well, at least the time that I saw him. But I'm just being honest. Yeah, which I mean, I talked about this last episode with Bryson and Fomby, but like, cause like I remember my first interaction with Chase was at the roast at the Statesman,
Oh, fuck.
and he won the roast. And I remember
He
I
did win that roast. Didn't
Yeah,
he
he
I
did.
forgot about that.
And then I remember I talked to him, and he seemed super ambitious. He talked about like, yeah, I want to make it a comedy. He had this road to 1,000 sets, you know, which I think he stopped doing. And like, and I was like, damn. And then he's moving to Austin, you know. But he was talking about it before he did it, and he did the show at Bites. So I went to go see him, and I was like, all right, let's see what this kid's got, you know. And I wasn't blown away by his set, you know. And I was like, I don't think this guy should be moving.
well,
up.
again, I wasn't blown away by a set.
No, I mean he did good. He did do good. Like he did well.
Yeah, no, he had a good
He
set.
did well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a good set.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chase come to Bites? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm talking about how I think he did okay.
I said he did good. Charlie was like, "You fucking ate shit."
No, I thought I said it all. I said
No,
he
he
did, I
didn't
said
say
he did
that. He didn't
okay.
say
I said he did okay.
He didn't say that.
I thought it was all right. But like,
He said he fucking ate dick and should kill himself.
yeah. But Chase Chase wasn't one of those guys who I saw and I was like, okay, that guy's good. Like when I saw Scott Walker, I was like, that guy's good.
Yeah, he has his own thing.
yeah. You know, you see James Etchison or something, you're like, that guy's good. Well, I mean, credit to James Etchison, he's been doing it for fucking decades.
Charlie said one of the meanest shit to me ever one day. He was like, "Oh, Reeve, you're actually funny."
I've been told them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you said one funny thing. Like, oh, wait, you are actually kind of funny. Fuck, okay, you got one good thing out there, buddy. Good job.
Yeah.
I've never came closer to strangling somebody than that day.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Charlie, you fucking bastard!"
Yeah, I'm an asshole, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I really am.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I've been like, "Yo, Charlie, shut the fuck up, dog," in the stage, or I've been on the stage and I'd said that so bad.
Yeah, you're
I've been on
talking-
stage. Charlie's been in the audience. I've been like, "Charlie, shut the fuck up, dog. Quit doing that true."
I know it's fucked up. Like
It is funny though. That's what. That's why I'm not that
I
mad
I know.
about it. It's
I
so
know.
funny.
But like,
You
I
can't
know.
help it.
I know.
You're
I
funny.
know. I'm
You
not
gotta be
supposed to
careful.
do that, but it just tickles me so much.
This little bitch. He knows what he's worth.
No, but what's funny?
His advantage.
It's so funny is I'll find it funny too, and I'll find a situation where it's like, oh, that would be funny to say true right there. I'll look at Charlie and say true, and he won't laugh.
That's it.
Shut the fuck up, faggot. You
I will
don't
say
get it.
that. I've seen the only times I've ever seen Charlie and I do good. He also owns the room at the same time. You know what I mean? You never truly bomb. I will say that. That's true. Like when you do, it's you still connect with the audience. It's just there's no audience to it. You know what I mean? You're at Columbus X and no one's giving you the feedback. You do better than 90. You know what I mean? But it's still technically a bomb because you're not hearing laughter. But
Yeah.
you really are getting laughter. There's just no one there to hear your fucking jokes. And
Yeah, I say that's what I try to do when I'm bombing. I just try to connect to the crowd because
Yes.
like.
you do a good job of that.
At least whenever I'm just trying to get them on board with my silly ideas. Like, come on, just listen for a second.
That's it. Unless I have fresh eyes, I can't activate that, and I gotta
Yeah.
realize I gotta learn how to activate that shit in front of
Yeah,
zero
it is
people.
hard. I don't even know how
That's what
I
it's about.
started doing it because I remember when I started, that was something I wanted to get good at. And well, one thing that helped a lot was asking any questions at the end of my set. because then that would help me, become more fluid with the crowd.
Yeah. Check your material as you go.
Yeah, and but then I think I got to a point where I memorized my bits so much where I felt like I could be really loose with them, and I could try to talk more with the crowd. I could try to comment on stuff and hope they're
Charlie,
funny.
what a loose guy. Boy, ain't tight at all. No, you're fucking tight though.
It felt really, really good just going off script tonight for like
Yeah.
however fucking long.
Yeah,
as
and
soon as I
honestly,
went into
yeah.
my book, I was like, these jokes are stupid. I don't like any
Yeah.
of my jokes.
Yeah,
I broke my
but
code
you were
tonight.
doing good tonight.
But you've
Well,
helped
until I
me
started
and
doing my
Scott.
jokes. As soon as I
Yeah.
started doing my jokes, they were bad.
Yeah.
The jokes
Yeah.
fucking bombed. And then
Yeah.
just
No.
fucking bullshitting with the crowd was.
Yeah, which is
fine.
that's what I realized. Like after I got off, I was like, oh, I should have really tried to talk to them more. Cause like seeing like Mike and Reeve talk to them, I was like, oh damn, I really
They're cool.
I could have. Yeah, they were like that looked like this is
They're
what
really
they wanted
cool.
more of. And I was like, I really should have tried that out.
I'm just new in a new environment, so I was just kind of getting through with my bullshit.
Yeah, like once I felt my bits not hitting, that's when I was like, well, I guess I'm just I
I
think
had good laughs from you, just laughing out of literally just like you realizing what I'm trying to do and laughing at the position I'm in helped me out, because at least I'm hearing laughter. Like you and
Yeah.
Travis, I started great at that. Like you're not gonna give a fake laugh, but you're gonna laugh at like the real shit, where you're like, oh
Yeah,
god,
there is something,
he
like-
doesn't have a segue to that.
Yeah,
bit.
there's
like
some-
that's what people be like, why did he just bring up a completely irrelevant topic?
Yeah. Anytime somebody like brings up a premise and was like, "Damn, I was hoping to come up with a punchline on stage to that, and I don't have it."
And that's
I will die at that more than any good joke.
yeah. You've been there, done that, and dude, holler fucking kings of that
Yeah,
shit.
but seeing other comics bomb is funny. Like at least to me, because it's like
It
like,
is.
It's
I
like
hate
it's like
it. It
a
is.
cosmic kind of funny because you get it. You know what I mean? And then just because I like to like kind of think of my I like zoom out and it's just a guy on a stage, just doing some random shit and just and a crowd of silence just watching a guy just saying random
But this
shit
is it.
and
Y'all's
something about that is
scene
funny.
in Columbus has about 10 to 15 outliers. Like y'all have been talking. There's got people that are not. I hate to say the word guys, but you know what I mean, girls and guys that have now been like, I'm gonna come back and try stand up. You're like, great, come to a mic. It's like y'all seen it fracture, like you've talked about in the past, whether it's Jordan King or other motherfuckers. And love Jordan King as a fucking comic. Think he's a funny motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
But it's segregating
He's
it
been on
and
the
making
pod.
it, and making it
You
this
don't
thing.
say. Top 10.
Yeah. So it's Houdini the Great.
Top 5, and
Y'all's top 5 was
yeah, when you start talking shit like that,
kill myself.
you
Yeah, I
start
mean, it's
making
funny
it a game.
because
The shit ain't a game. We're doing comedy.
dude, it's
Fuck
funny
the politics game. We're not in a game.
because no one would have known that if Jordan King wouldn't have gone live during the pod. I promise you, no one would have listened an hour into the podcast when we were talking about
Should I
that.
go live right now on my Instagram?
Yeah, you should. No, you probably. Yeah, you should fuck it. Yeah, but and tag Chase Mo.
Tag chase him out.
Hey, we live here at Kill Tony.
Yeah. No, I hope Chase makes it though, cause seeing him bomb that first time fucking hurt my soul. Are you going live? Yeah. Oh my god. All right, fuck it. We're live.
We're live.
Yeah. Oh damn, I'm fucking exposing my fucking ball
I don't
sack.
think I've ever gone live.
I ain't even in that bitch.
You can scooch next to Bry. Little old Bry. I'm barely in this shit either.
Yeah.
Who's that? Mackie Harris? Who's
Hold on.
Harris Davis? You know these guys?
believe so. Garrett, I went to camp.
Are they gonna think we're gay if I put my head in your lap?
Camp
Yeah,
with.
you suck these
Mace
guys
is
off?
my-
Who's that?
One of my best buddy's girlfriends.
Uh-oh. Wait, his girl.
Hey,
Wait, so,
yo.
wait, so your
What's
best buddy
up?
isn't watching this, but his girlfriend is what you're saying. Hold on.
I think Charlie's trying to be your boyfriend, whoever that is.
I'm taking. Hold on. I want to get in. I want to be on the camera.
Please.
What?
I just said that in the most
These
whitest
are the
accent I could.
gays. Fucking.
now,
Here.
now I'm in the middle.
Oh,
Fuck the
sorry.
mic.
I just fell into a spread.
This mic is short, so I gotta.
Fred Manning.
What we have talked about in the last
Yeah.
2 hours is
What up,
A,
buddy?
religion isn't real. Politics
Hold
isn't
on,
real.
Garrett said, "What up, buddy?"
What up, buddy?
What do you got to say to Garrett?
Garrett, he's
I'm
a
not
twin.
your buddy, pal.
These people showed me what porn was for the first time when I was
Garrett
like 4th grade. Yeah,
Holy
Moss
shit.
and Garrett. They were twins.
Yeah, what's his address?
You fucking
I'm not telling you, but
Freaks.
he fucking great dude.
Who's Wason 18? Who's this guy?
Why I said I think I was my old fraternity brother
All right.
From
Oh,
Long
you were in a
Island.
frat?
for 2 years. Then I left. I didn't fit the mold, and I'm a bitch boy.
What was the name of your frat?
Sigma Tau Gamma.
Sigma Tall Gamma?
Yeah.
So you were the biggest fucking Gamma? The Sigma Tall?
Yes. Well, we
Jesus
didn't have
Christ.
Civil War roots. We weren't a racist fraternity. But basically that's what happened. But there was nothing bad going on. It was good. We had people from out of state, like Long Island, like him. People from Missouri. People from
Garrett
Ghana.
The Garrett Davis is speaking.
What do you say?
He said, "Who y'all got for the election?"
Fucking. I'm.
I mean, I,
Shit,
think
I got
Trump's gonna
these
win,
nuts.
but
I'm going Oprah Winfrey.
I got
didn't
these
vote.
nuts
I would
dragging
love
your chin.
Oprah.
On
I would love a child pedophile.
He's hold on,
Oprah
hold on.
Winfrey is
Wait,
a pedophile.
I think this one's for Reeve. It says, "Put your pussy on live. I'll give you $1,000."
Okay.
Get up in there.
Oh wait, is that Juan? Does that say Juani?
It says Juani Boy underscore.
Oh, that's Juan.
64.
Yeah, I'll put my pussy on.
Oh
live
shit,
for
it's
sure.
Juan. What's up, Juan?
We have to see proof of payment.
Yeah.
Or any pussies get thrown.
Yeah, send us 500 first, and then he'll show you the pussy, and then he'll send.
No,
us the rest.
honestly, I'll just put my pussy on live without the money. If
For
if that's
free.
cool, save your money.
Yeah.
I'll just put my pussy on live. It's actually pretty fresh right now. So
Oh, we got a
Yeah.
huge 500.
Oh yeah, dude, we're blowing
3
up.
people.
Oh, dude, 4 people, one for every
Wait,
skin I
really?
got. Yeah,
Snap.
Cleve Godwin joined.
Oh, I went to high school with him.
Oh, what's up, Cleve?
what's
Yeah.
what was
Does your
like,
mom got some good Cleve? Is that she named you that?
Oh no.
what
yeah,
was
I bet his mom's. I bet his mom's
Hey,
a fucking.
his mother's a beautiful lady. You don't
Yeah.
need to talk like
I'm
that.
calling the
okay, I'm
cops.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Who is
His mom
that?
is
Yeah, you're
Aiko.
fine, dude.
No,
But watch your
He
mouth.
said pass it then.
Watch your fucking
Yeah,
mouth.
quit chiefing.
my bad.
Fucking Joe Dirtash over there.
Homer, who are you voting for this election?
That is illegal.
That was my Marge Simpson impression.
Worth it.
Yuri says hi.
Let's
Who
see.
the fuck is Yuri?
We can talk about the.
Oh, isn't Yuri that guy from Modern Warfare 3? Remember the original one?
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
Never played a video game in my entire life.
What?
Yep.
You've never played a video game in your
Never
entire
played
life?
the weirdest
Not even
motherfucking
Candy
game.
Crush.
I got to take 2 steps. They're now disgusted at my
Wait a minute,
presence.
hold on. What do you mean you never? How's that even possible? You never played like Pac-Man?
I won an Xbox in a karate tournament. Never played it. Gave it to my buddy Dean Herndon. I gave him my Xbox. I never played it again.
Subtle brag.
Subtle brag, but also my humor.
Yeah, I want an Xbox. I ain't ever even played that bitch.
You be playing with that
gave it to
ball
my
and
buddy.
stick game.
Wait, what did he say?
He said you be playing with that ball and stick game.
Oh,
Hell yeah,
Kendama.
dude.
Who said that?
Oh yeah.
Garrett Dot Davis.
So again,
I thought that was a lame roast
knew
until
me
I
back
yeah.
remembered.
Oh shit, dude, Travis just
Eric's
joined.
actually listening to this.
Yo, it's fucking Travis.
Hey,
just joined.
Travis.
You know who put me on Kendama, Garrett Davis? Gentry Schamberger. Do you know where this guy, Gentry Schamberger, he was a hockey player. Gentry Schamberger. I got a picture of us when I was like 11, 12 years old. This kid showed me this toy Kendama, and I play it to this day.
He said used to have fire vids with tricks and shit.
And there was a kid from Tampa Bay that could suck his own penis. He was a swimmer, competitive swimmer from Tampa Bay in our cabin.
Hold on.
I walked in on him sucking his own. He would brag about it. And after that, I started watching porn.
Cause you saw him suck his own penis?
Thank you.
yeah,
Comments?
These guys explained the porn to me. There was a kid in our cabin that literally.
he shaved every part of his body.
So we're like, why are you shaved from his legs were shaved?
Boy, hold on. You
everything-
saw him sucking his own dick.
After he'd explained previously, I skipped some steps. This kid in our cabin had shaved his entire legs.
He had shaved his chest, everything. And we'd have a lot of hair, but we knew this motherfucker was shaved. He's like, I'm a competitive swimmer. And he was like, yeah, I'm very flexible. Dude said he could suck his own penis. I walked after rocketry. We did rocketry. I made a plastic rocket.
Wait, hold on. He said, "Did you take notes? I barely remember this."
Once said I'd suck mine if I could. Yeah, dude, he blacked that shit out.
There was a kid from Tampa Bay, a competitive swimmer. There was
What, is it
also-
him? Is it Garrett? Garrett would suck his own dick?
Because this was a pivotal moment because Lisa Ann, you know Pornhub, Lisa Ann,
Oh
All
yeah, I
these
know
bangers
Lisa.
were going around the summer of like 010, 011. And then we were not 12, 13. We were about 12, 13, if I had to say. We were getting older. We were the older kids at the camp. And these dudes were cool as fuck. They
Sounds
weren't,
like it.
These guys weren't the masterminds. I was a porny pervert fuck myself. But like,
No, it wasn't me.
Nah, bro, he's trying to deny that shit.
No, Charlie said, "Is this the guy that was sucking his penis?" And no, it's not. This is not the guy that was sucking his
no,
own
these
penis.
guys weren't.
It
There
was.
a kid in our cabin.
It was one of his. It was his best. This guy's best friend.
Oh, it was this guy's best friend.
It was this guy's
wasn't
best.
sucking his own
It was your
meat.
best friend, right?
No,
Yeah.
Garrett is a twin, so he's got a twin.
Oh, so it was his twin brother that was
They were
doing it.
not- they- none of them
So it was
sucked
Garrett's
the penis.
twin brother that was sucking his own.
They did not suck the penis.
So Garrett's twin brother was sucking his twin's penis.
Reeve, it is not the twin brother. It's a kid from Tampa Bay, Florida.
I'm expecting 5 more. No, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't him.
He did not sexually assault me.
I beat the
They did-
self-suck
These two brothers
accusation.
did not do anything shady. They were chill. They just mentioned.
Dude, the only
me
thing that guy
before-
beat was his meat into his own mouth. This guy was sucking himself off in the locker room. Trying to deny it now. Dude, DVB exposed you, dude. Exposed you who you really are. The
We're gonna-
fucking
we're-
bathtub meat sucker.
We're gonna start going live with DBB once a week for him to expose people.
Dude, they were not these pornophiles that I'm claiming them to be. We had,
No, I'm sorry,
it
Garrett.
wasn't just them. I had never really seen porn before like 4th, 5th grade. Going into 6th grade middle school. You're boys. You're in a cabin for 2 weeks. You're like, okay, what is my penis doing every once in a while? Why is it getting filled with
Cum.
go-go juice? Or,
When you're only hanging out with a pair of twins that are sucking each other.
Hold on. Quentin said, fuck the election, BB for president.
your first thought with twins is
Wait, hold on. Who is Quentin to you? Because he just voted for you for president.
another my old fraternity. The only really
The other guy that
one of
was.
the few guys I actually like from my fraternity days.
Damn, yeah. I see. It says Q wrote in BB. He wrote you in for president, dude. So
He's a good.
why don't you say thank you to him or something?
Thank you. Quentin's one of the best dudes I ever met.
Who remember they first video? What do you mean? What, like first video, like on YouTube.com? Or like what do you mean? Like ever? Like
The
America's
first
Funniest?
porno?
I used to make kendama videos. The guy I used to edit videos for is now the number 3 player in the world.
What the fuck? They
It's
got
like
pro
a yo-yo,
kendama
it's like the
players.
number there's like competitive tournaments now in Japan.
Damn.
Like, you know, they're like 100,000 yen, which is like 10 grand.
Yeah.
But it's like 100,000 yen. People will travel from all over.
I heard he was part of the Russian misinformation campaign with our election,
Probably.
actually. So I don't know if he's a good person or not.
I don't even know, dude. I've not been. Again, none of us are following the election.
I heard that. What was it?
John,
What was his
John
name?
Aller says, "Tell my man to get ready for hospitality
Joe Biden is
tomorrow."
running. Everybody vote for Joe Biden. I think he
Wait, what
is.
was
I
his
voted
name?
for Joe Biden. I don't know
One of those
John
guys that you need to vote
Allers.
John Allers?
Yeah, tell my man to get ready for hospitality tomorrow.
Oh, true.
I heard he self sucks. Oh shit! So this guy also self sucks.
You self sucks.
Oh, that's
John
odd.
Allers.
Oh
No.
yeah, no, he's in my hospitality law class. Because I'm trying to tell you, you talk about opening a club for stand up. What do you think I'm doing? I'm back in school. I'm blessed with the opportunity to be able to go do that. This is why I'm doing this. I don't give a fuck, but I'm going back to school simply to learn how to run events and start making money off this shit. To eventually open up a club where, but
Y'all
this
gay
kid
for
John-
real.
Yeah. Me and this John gotta go. to
Yeah, Eminem said that.
Who?
Eminem just said y'all gay for real.
Your girl, Eminem.
Yeah.
You're Eminem.
Gay.
Literally, your girl, Eminem.
How do you do stand up while sitting down?
This isn't stand up. This is a podcast.
I get
Yeah.
it because it's stand-up comedy. That's what he was saying.
No, but this is a fucking podcast. That's why we're sitting
I
down.
pawed on her cast till I stand up comedy.
Yeah, I pawed on her cast till like
Fucking-
fish.
See, people in our area don't even know.
Fucking
We're
doish.
just exposing them to stand-up.
Whoever asked that question should not be able to vote.
It says, B, please tell the story of you throwing up in front of all the freshmen pie
Yes.
fees playing
Okay.
dodgeball.
So, the hottest sorority in our beautiful ladies, they do a dodgeball tournament where it's like a charity event. We ended up going and getting as we just became officially brothers, right? We celebrated. We got drunk as
Brothers.
fuck. brothers as in we had sex with each other, and it was like official. We were brothers. And
Self suck like the twins.
Self-suck.
Yeah.
And these guys, we partied. So we were at my house in Montgomery. So much. It was crazy. We realized the next morning. We didn't realize till the night of. we played
Project X,
dodgeball.
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The first round of the tournament, I was
Hell
the
yeah.
last person. You know, you play dodgeball and you narrow down till there's like one guy left. I was the last guy 2 games. I ended up throwing up everywhere on the court, like on the gym floor in the Auburn recreational facilities. And there was bleacher section full of all the freshmen Pi Phis, like 60 to 70 girls, the most beautiful young ladies you've ever seen.
Say that one more time.
I ended up throwing up, right? In the middle of Auburn recreational floor.
No, the very last part, like the last.
Yeah, the
It
last.
was the most embarrassing shit you've ever
No,
seen.
that's not what
Yeah.
you said.
What'd I say?
Most beautiful young ladies you've ever seen.
Again, one of the most beautiful young ladies I've ever seen. But besides the lady I'm dating right now, but she freaking, the whole crowd was like, "Oh God!" And I ran off to the back. Somebody like
Wait,
gave
hold
me
on.
some Powerade. They had to clean
Hold
it
on,
up.
Garrett has spoken. He said, "What are you calling the pod?"
Oh, this is the Charlar podcast. This is
Podcast.
Charlie Guerrero.
Podcast.
Charlie Guerrero. The
Charlie-
Oh yeah, this,
Charlar
hold
podcast.
on. Yeah, what is that? There, look at that.
It's gonna be backwards.
Yeah, that's where that's what it
Hold
is.
it up for like on just that.
Flip your camera around.
Uh,
I don't even know.
this is what it looks like when I get head.
Charlar.
There you go.
That's where you need to be. That's where you need to stay.
No, just hold that shit up.
Dude, show them your faces. Show them your other the faces you can do. Do your fucking morphing.
All right. Well, I think you're just talking about like what it looks like when I take off my glasses. Hold on. Actually, do you mind recording this?
You kind of look like a
Yeah.
sexy Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, cause like I don't know. I feel like my glasses change the way I look. You know what I mean? It's like this is okay. This is them on. All right, and this is what it looks like when I take them off.
I don't believe it's real.
It's so fucking real.
And then see when I
change
put
the
them back on, and then when I put them back on, they look different.
That's not a filter.
Yeah.
I think you changed the settings.
That's not a fucking filter. Wait, show him the other one. Show.
What other one?
Yeah, you do. You show him like fat face. Show him fucking fat
Well,
face.
like-
Well, I guess you just did.
I guess like that. Like I don't.
I was getting a crotch shot.
Oh, nice.
Thank y'all for staying for the crotch shot.
Let me get my dick out.
Yeah. How long do you think you could record Reeves' dick before you get banned?
I think it would be
Probably a while. I don't think they're gonna realize what it is.
one
No.
Mr. Diddy, 2 Mr.
Yeah, they're gonna think it's like a baby's
Master
finger.
Diddy out.
It kind of looks like a lizard.
I said Master Diddy out.
I mean, that's probably a good spot to end the pod.
Yeah, it's been good.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Natty boys.